going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later.
What's up, guys? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the show Relationship Wednesdays. I hope you guys are having a great week. Make sure you hit the like button because it is free, okay? And make sure you shout out all the people that's on the panel today. If you are interested in joining the panel, you got to DM me on IG and just say panel. We're always looking for new ladies. Fellas, be patient if you've already been on here. We're looking for new guests, but we will go through the panels and introduce everybody. Of course, you guys know Anton Daniels. He got 5, 10, 16 channels. He's everywhere on YouTube. Make sure you go follow his other channels. Of course, you guys know Mimi at iHeartMimiB. Returning is Robert. I am Rob the Savage. And another returning guest is Jess at It's Me _gorgeous. Carmaya is not here yet, but she will be showing it. I can't even see my screen. It's so small. Sorry, y'all. I can't really see her screen. Sorry. I can't see her screen, but you guys know Carmaya. Make sure you go follow her channel. And of course, we have another returning guest, Logical Rob at logical_Rob. And of course, you guys know Dalen at Tenderoni. Go follow her on her YouTube. I think you have a YouTube channel, right, Dalen? No, go follow her. Go stalk her on IG. Okay. We do have a new guest. Can you introduce yourself, James?
Hey, how you doing? Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm nervous as hell. My bad. I was on a panel a long time ago, probably like 4 years ago, and I think it had Angry Man and who else was on there? I can't. Chaotic Thoughts. I think his name is.
Oh, that
Chaotic
was probably Fight Club.
Oh yeah, probably yeah. But it's definitely nice to meet you.
Yeah, don't be nervous because this is definitely way easier than Fight Club. So if you made it through Fight Club, you'll make it through here. But we do appreciate you guys here that's in the chat. We appreciate you guys here showing love. We are going to start off with
Shampoo is sick.
Oh yeah, Shampoo is sick, y'all. So y'all got
I told him he couldn't come out tonight.
Oh, me put him on lockdown. You giving y'all a break, okay? But we are gonna be starting off with an icebreaker about no man is looking for a life partner. They just want to be single and roam them streets. Let's watch this clip and talk about it.
As someone who's been on Hinge for like the last week, I find it very interesting that I don't see more life partner relationships on there. Because on my profile, I'm looking for a life partner. And since I've been dating since the age of like 16, I've been looking for my life partner. And I'm only looking for guys on Hinge, but like I rarely see a guy's profile say life partner. And I just find that so confusing because I feel like for girls or for women, most profiles would say life partner. I think because we're on like a time strain, we need to find our life partner if we want to have children and we want to do all the things. And it's just so weird, like scrolling on these 35-year-old 40 dudes and they're looking for, long-term relationship or short-term, anything less than that. It's like, what are you even doing? Like, you're looking for a short-term relationship and you're 40?
Okay. Are most men not looking for a life partner anymore?
True.
First of
I
all,
said
what man
true.
says life partner?
Right. I was about to say that. We don't even talk like that.
They're
let's get
definitely
that out
not
there.
looking for life partners on Hinge. I
Mhm.
mean, is that not a dating site? Like the dating sites are not for dating anymore.
It's
They
hookup
don't know what they're for.
sure.
They're hookup sites for sure.
Yeah.
I agree with her statement. She's basically saying men are not looking to wipe up these women that they have interactions with. They're not looking to be husbands. So therefore they're not looking for wives. And she would be correct. And it's not like a man against a woman or a woman against a man thing. People really just don't take serious relationships serious. They are afraid of it. Of what could
What about the men just not liking the product that's out there?
I mean,
That's more likely.
the same thing could be said for women. Like you get what you
I can't give y'all that because it's plenty of good men out there. It's just that he ain't the type y'all like, the height y'all like, he ain't the aesthetics, you know. But it's plenty. I know plenty of good men who just go single because women just don't think they're attractive or they're not their type.
about men that don't want to take relationships serious. I think she mentioned on the website that's the place where you are supposed to let people know what you want from other people. They can see by your profile if you're looking for a booty call, if you're looking for a friend with benefits, or if you're looking for a serious relationship. She's saying that even in that aspect, men are not advertising monogamy. They're not making themselves available for something that requires to be locked down. So all of this about what women don't like about these men, it don't matter because they don't want them back.
Any man on a dating website is a problem. Anybody, I just don't know why would you be on a dating website to meet chicks when you just go outside.
A dating website is actually a good idea. People meet their soulmates from different. There's some chick on the West Coast that's talking to somebody that's stay on the East Coast, and they get married. Even like on the Kendra G show, there are people that meet from different countries, different states. They hook up, they get married, they having kids. I think it's a great portal to see what's out there for you, but we are too immature to have those type of privileges because people see that as easy access to fuck. And that's why we got a bunch of bastard kids running around here now, bless their hearts, because we don't take the resources that we have for serious stuff seriously.
Yeah, I think more people are comfortable with online dating because, they're comfortable, same thing with IG or whatever. It's easy access to people. You men can just send the same DMs to 5-10 women and one might answer back. I think it's the same thing for those online datings. You could do it swipe or click, and it's easy access. It's quicker than just going outside. You got to get dressed, get ready, probably spend some money that you probably shouldn't be spending. So I see why people are using social media.
What is online dating?
IG, any social media platform, any dating platform. People use IG for dating. They go, follow, like a whole bunch of pictures, and then put a heart emoji, and then want to say, "Hey, girl, how you doing? How's your day? Are you single?"
I think they're trying to spare themselves from rejection. So it's easy to be rejected on that, and you got to see the person face to face.
That's true.
But is that okay? So here's my question: is that online dating, or is that just like?
No, it's a portal to allow people to date in person. I don't think people can have a real relationship over the internet. I think that's a little cuckoo, but I think the internet definitely introduces people from different areas so they can actually meet in person and start dating. If that makes sense.
I mean, let's be real. It's for sex. I mean, yeah. I think they're pretty. I think these apps are predatory. Well, they were at a certain point. They're predatory towards like against men. Like, why is it that we have to put our heights on there? Like, I don't use them. I'm in a relationship. I'm out of that phase. I did use it back in during COVID, but that was a fun time. But I will say that that when it comes to the apps, they have you put, so much information as a man, but when it comes to women, they don't have you put your weight. They don't have you put your height,
So wait, y'all got to put y'all height on there?
You got to put your height. They don't ask for your weight.
Yeah.
I think they do, but it's optional.
The same information that men put on there. So it's equal.
They ask you if you're slim, if you're medium build, muscular, a little extra weight. That's I know that one.
Nothing wrong with it, but
they don't ask you your exact weight. They just,
I mean, if you have a problem with their height, that's on them.
These are dating apps.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
nowadays,
like
people are
Tinder,
reviewing
even
dating apps.
Facebook dating does that. Yeah.
Facebook dating.
Facebook dating has a whole dating. Yeah, they have a dating app built into the app. It's right there. If you open up your app, it's right there. It's a
I'm
little
so
heart.
out of the loop.
Mhm.
Even if I was single, I mean, and listen, I get it. People gonna get in where they fit in. It is what it is. But I can't imagine ever jumping on a dating app. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at Instagram as a form of, you know what I'm saying, kind of seeing whatever is going on. Like if you meet somebody out and about, and you ain't even got to be dating them. I mean, just casually meeting people. Usually, if y'all stay in touch, you don't necessarily exchange phone numbers, but you'll, you know what I'm saying, y'all just follow each other on social media, or you just keep it casual. You know what I'm saying? So I still think that the most important thing for people to do, because even if you meet somebody on the app or whatever, you're not meeting that person. You meeting whatever they present on the app.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
same
So
with
I still never understood a dating app because you know what I'm saying? You're getting a curated profile. It never made sense to me personally.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense for men and women in a bad way. Like women gives them the chance to plate spin a little bit more. Men gives them a chance to, if they do get rejected, not to feel that up close and personal. So it's not really the best way to go about it. But I mean, they got their motives.
It's for low self-esteem or somebody trying to do a hookup. Just be honest.
You think so?
I don't
Yeah.
think everybody goes into it like that. Not everybody.
I'm
There's
talking
a
about
high
more
percentage of people that get married off of dating
Yeah.
apps.
You don't have to have a low self-esteem to be on a dating app. Get out
I
of here.
think the men though. I don't know about the women. The women
Definitely
I
not
think,
for women if that's the case, because I've been on there before. I think it's just a different way to mingle with people, because a lot of people, especially nowadays, and we've talked about this before, people are afraid to even come up to you as a woman, or I mean guys too, I guess, because in this social media era, all you got to do is do like this to talk to people, and again, if they don't talk to you back, you just block them and keep moving. So I think it's just a different era that we're in, and I don't think you're necessarily
I'm
that you
saying
have
that
low
towards the men.
self-esteem to
I'm
be
saying
on
that
there.
towards the men. Women are on there actually probably on there trying to find love, but good high majority of it. The guys on there, they might be, but really them guys just trying to preying on the girl. They know first off, you're a female on there, they already made look at you as you being weak, that you got to be on this website. So let's not act like that doesn't happen. Like they're doing that. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what's the process? So you got to take a picture, I'm assuming, and so you got it.
For instance, on Facebook dating, it already will curate your profile based on your pictures that you have on your profile page, on your profile on Facebook. So you can choose between those. And the great thing about that particular app, and because that's really the only one I've been on lately, or in the last like 2 years or so, it will let you, gives you the option to choose someone that you maybe are friends with, that you're maybe afraid to talk to them and reach out to them that way via Facebook dating. It opens up a lot of different avenues and people that you may or may not.
I'm learning.
It links you with the Facebook dating, links you with friends of friends of friends, because again, it's curated based on your area and people that you know. So it's a little different than Tinder, but I do agree with Savage. Like, having been on dating apps, it is 100%, especially for men. I'll say 99%, just a way to get box.
But is it more competitive? You know what I'm saying? Because I would imagine if you a chick on an app, you probably gonna get all of the motion. You know
yeah. I mean, I remember the first time I signed up for it, I woke up the next morning to like 300 potential likes. And then I have male friends and they're like, I only got like 5 this month. So I think, but men are less discriminatory with women. They're probably just going through just like, oh, she's a woman. Let me just swipe on her. Yes. I mean, I've seen women do it. I mean, I know someone personally that just would go on dates for dinners, and she would swipe yes on all of them. Whoever said they wanted to go on a date, she went with them and got free food. Like I've heard of this happening before.
I got a homeboy who literally go out of town and he turn on Plenty of Fish, and he married.
Say that again. What do you do?
I have a homeboy, you know what I mean, that literally when he go out of town on business, he turns on Plenty of Fish, and they're in a secret account that would have his face on it, do hookup. For real.
Because it'll find people in your area.
How does he do it if it don't have his face on it, though?
It goes by your location. So for instance, if he's got an account on, I've never done Plenty of Fish, but I know it works for like Tinder. If you turn your account, if you're out of town, you can say, I'm going to be in Houston this week, and it will only show you Houston people. Or if I'm going to be in Africa this month, it'll show me those people.
How does he go on an app with no picture?
Oh no, you got to have a picture. I think you know.
He has a picture. My bad, but he
turns it on and off as he travels.
He got a girlfriend. Is that why he cheated?
He got a wife.
That's why he ain't got no picture.
But he'll go out if he out of town, it might not show.
It's not going to show the local women him if he's out of town. So he's taking a chance. He's taking a chance for sure.
Robert, he got a girlfriend, right? That's why he ain't got no picture.
No,
he said he's married, right?
One of the reasons. But when he go out of town,
no, that's not what I asked.
Q, he's got a picture. He just only turns his account on when he's out of town.
No, I get that, but he got a girlfriend because
he got a wife. He said he got a wife.
He's
married.
Oh, he's married. Oh,
yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. I hope he gets caught.
Me too.
She probably knows.
You know, there's pages outing men regarding, like, I forgot what it's called. It's on Facebook. Do you know?
Are we dating the same guy?
Yeah, are we dating the same guy? And these girls will post these guys like profiles, right? Profiles. Do you know this guy? And it'll be a bunch of girls just saying, yeah, I know him, his screenshots, all of that. And the one in Houston, right? It has about 100,000 women. It's mostly white women, but they're like outing married guys, posting text messages and all of that. So I hope like those cheating men get caught. Like,
yep.
I hope
they're gonna catch something. If they don't get caught, something gonna catch them.
To go back to the point where I said it's a hookup app, man. I understand. People talking about bringing up Christian Mingle, even that same thing, man. Now this is. Ain't no
Christian Mingle is a hookup app?
Oh yeah, those religious ones are even more funny because it'll say like, for instance, I'm a good girl or I'm a bad girl or I'm a good Christian, I'm a bad Christian. Like, do you have sex but you don't have I have sex? Yes, it's very detailed.
I want to know how like farmers date. That farmers
farmers date.
I know how that
y'all dating farmers?
No.
If you're looking for one, that's the best place to go.
That used to come on
TV.
Okay,
so this is what I'm trying to figure out. Why not just go outside? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, why not just?
I mean, the farmers are out in the farm on the field.
They have social like awkwardness. I think people are socially awkward, and they really like certain personality traits that are attractive. So it's
no. Like, I don't think that you always have to even go up to people, but I think that you have I think that you're more likely to just interact and just find a friend group, the people that you're supposed to be around, all of that type of stuff.
It's more fun.
If you're out and about in your place, in your city, in your space. That's what I'm saying. Why
people
not
don't
just
go out like that no more, Anton? Especially the ones that aren't looking for. See, the misconception is that everybody that's on these apps is looking for a box. Not everybody, or looking for a hookup. If it's one, not everybody is on there looking for that. Some people are actually, because I mean, when I was on there, I definitely was like, oh, I really think maybe I can find a nice guy. And then you find out that all the guys are nice guys, and they just, then it turns, it's trash. It really is like the dating pool is just full of piss, to be honest with you. When it comes
to you find out that they're gay. That happened to me a long time ago. A man come off heterosexual digitally, but then when it's time to meet and hang out, find out that they're gay.
So it's time to what?
Wait, you found out he was gay or bi, or both ways?
Well, obviously bisexual, but if I'm dating you and I find out it's men's going on, you're gay because I can't see.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you find that out though? Like, did you ask the question if he dabbled with men?
Well, here's the thing. He said something that was very suspicious. So I decided to make a fake profile and pretend I was a gay man and a real beautiful one, like them real pretty gays. So because I knew he was going through a hard time, and he said something that made me think, what would you do for $1?
How did you know he was going through a hard time?
Because something happened, but we couldn't like go out to restaurants and stuff. So he kind of like expressed it to me. He got vulnerable, So but he said something. I'm like, what you would do for some money? So I made the profile and I reached out to him and I
What
said,
you would do for some money?
You did.
I just slid in the DMs and was like, hey, how you doing? Just to see if he would respond to a sissy. He did respond to the sissy. So we just talking, and then eventually I say, I will pay you if you let me suck your wee wee. And I can't believe I'm telling
what is going on right now.
No, this what like
She
this
catfish this man. You are the reason why we have the show Catfish.
So he responded and he was like, you want to pay me for you to suck my wee wee? And I said, yes, I'll give you $200. And then he was like, I don't know about all that. That right there let me know he was gay. Why do you need to tell him you don't know? And then eventually the conversation kept going. I just stopped and I seen him the next day and I asked him, you run into some money lately? He said no. And then I confessed that I was the person that he was talking to. And I asked him, like, you was gonna let a man suck your wee-wee because you needed money to get out of a bind? He didn't answer. And he asked me, is it gay if I let a nigga suck my dick? And I said, nigga, you gay? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gay. So that's how I found out that he was gay. But the whole time he was like heterosexual, like washing the car with his shirt off and fixing cars and stuff.
Gay guys could do that too. What?
No, you got your strong gays and you really can't tell. And then you got your flamboyant
gay.
I don't even know what's going on here.
Okay, so pay or something like that. But I met him online, so you got the
Maybe he didn't know that he was gay until you offered to suck his dick.
No way.
For $200.
He gay for pay.
Maybe he thought about it afterwards and was like, wait a minute. You mean I can make money like this?
But if a man has to ask you or anybody, is it gay if I let another man suck my wee-wee? You gay. You know what I'm saying?
But no, maybe you made him gay. I'm just saying. Maybe you tricked him out.
No.
He knew that it was a man. Sexy pictures talking to him. Why are you talking to
you tricked him out. You tricked him out.
No, it just made me think if a real gay man was to talk to you, and then I would be probably in a relationship with a gay man. That's not cool.
I've also heard like some women would rather do like dating apps instead of like go outside because they can kind of vet them better. Like they can kind of get to know them before actually meeting somebody. Somebody in the chat said they met their spouse and been married 14 years off a dating app.
That's
so
I think it was more pure. It was more pure back in the day. True story. I met the mother of my kids on MySpace, but it was back then. You know what I mean? And we didn't
MySpace was nothing like what we got now.
That's what I'm saying. But it's still.
Wait, how did that happen? You met her on MySpace?
You put her as your top 8.
Right. You know, I was in college.
Could you send private messages? I can't remember. You had to write on someone's wall.
Somebody's wall.
Yeah, you couldn't even send private messages back then. It was.
Y'all want to feel old?
Right, I'm 37. So that's when Facebook wasn't even open. Facebook was only a college thing, if y'all remember.
Yeah, I was in junior high school when I was on Facebook on my sidekick.
I came out of high school in 07.
I mean, not Facebook, MySpace. Sorry.
So wait a minute, these apps, would they be like more feasible for a person that's like too busy? Like, I just want to meet somebody, but I don't want to go through all the bad apples first. Could that be a reason?
I can tell you personally, I saved a whole lot of time just like talking to them in the back end of it. That had I not had that, I would have had to go on dates with these weirdos and waste my time. So it is a little bit different because you can spend a little bit of time getting to know them, talking on the back end, and then you realize, oh, this guy's weird. Yeah, and then you just block him and move on, and you never talk to him again.
Seems so complicated.
It's it's not that complicated.
I changed my answer. I think most men are looking for a life partner. I think when we talk about life partner, it's not synonymous with marriage. I think men are content with companionship, but companionship doesn't always lead to commitment in a marriage. So I do think that men, if they could have it their way, some men desire marriage, some men desire to be tied to a woman, but I feel like a lot of them don't. If they could have their cake and eat it too, with multiple life partners, or the option to be able to just move how they want to move without some of the commitment things you have to do in a marriage, I think they would be okay with that. So yeah, I do think most men are looking for like partner. Now, what that looks like is
I don't feel it.
contingent.
You talking on the age frame? I feel like once you get, just me personally, I don't know how your mind's on it, but I think that after you get past the age of 35, maturity wise, men ain't think like the men want that real in home spouse, everything that we thought of marriage.
That don't mean married though.
I think married. I think most
it depends. It depends, bro. I think that it depends on if you are already have been married or not. And I know that it's a lot of people that get remarried, but I think that there's also a demographic of people that have been married that had kids. And if they were to no longer be married, that they're not necessarily looking to be married again, but a lot of times they'll acquiesce depending on the type of woman that they get with. A lot of guys that wind up getting married and getting into relationships, what I'm learning is some of them kind of get bullied into it. I don't even think that a lot of guys nowadays, like even guys that get remarried, I'm not so sure that they're doing it because that's what they want to do. I think that they're doing it because they don't want to lose the person that they with.
That proves my point. Yep.
Well, I think it's two things. I think it's that too, and also, like, again, I'm from the South, so religion has a part of it too. Myself, I want to be married because I still have in the back of my mind the whole religious concept of why I do want to go ahead and get married one day. You know what I mean? Just being real.
So you said the religious aspect of it plays into it.
For me, and I know being down here, we in the Bible Belt, it's still there. Not means everybody listening to it, but it's still like that's something that is pushing me. Like, Rob, come on now, you can't be out here too long. You're out there too long, you get too comfortable, and everybody gets stuck in their way. Same thing with women. I don't think it's good for women to be single that long, especially all the way into their 40s, because you get so used to doing anything by yourself. A man coming to your life, you feel like he's disrupting you, even though he's trying to build with you.
It's crazy because a lot of women are content with being alone.
I think that most guys that get married, don't matter if it's remarried or married, or whatever it is, a first marriage or whatever. Especially if you pass the age of maybe like 30, I think a lot of times most guys do it because they don't really want to lose the girl that they with.
True.
Honestly, I don't think it's because that's why they're looking to do it. I think that they love her. And I think that they find her valuable, but if it was up to them, if they could have her without having to do all of that, then they would do it.
No. So question for the men.
Because the dopest girls, or the girls that are the most valuable to them, are kind of indispensable, right? So you got to do what you got to do in a way.
So why marry somebody you don't love, though?
Not
love, but
they love them.
Okay, let me rephrase my question. Why would you marry somebody that you felt like you were bullied into it, right? Men always talk about miss one bus, another one coming, right? So if she can't get with your program and what you're trying to do, what stops y'all from going to get another
said
chick?
That she couldn't get with the program? Nothing is wrong with the girl. I think that that's what you misunderstanding. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with her. I'm saying that she is dope. And I think that part of her being dope is that you know what I'm saying? You kind of got to make sure that you keep. You don't want her out there.
No, that's fair. She could be dope and you could want to keep her, but still, I wonder why men still go through with it instead of finding a woman who is still dope, but it's not saying we need to get married.
Because it's not based off of the woman. The woman is dope enough. She's more than dope. She's probably the dopest woman ever that he probably met. You know what I'm saying? In whatever capacity, whether it's her mentality, whatever. It's not about her. It's about him. Him getting married has nothing to do with her. It has everything to do with him not wanting to necessarily be married, but him doing that because he finds value in a woman. You understand what I'm saying? That's why a lot of guys. That's why a lot of guys. Well, you wouldn't know, right?
I know that's the part that sucks.
Well, think about it, right? You meet a person and they awesome, right? But you not in the space to where you really even want to do that. But you got a decision to make because you think that this person is super awesome, and you know what the standards is for that person, and that they're not going to be around forever if you just kind of keep them on a wing. You know what I'm saying? So it's not her, it's him. That's
Love
why. That's
me.
why. That's why a lot of guys that are
Don't.
in phenomenal relationships with great women, a lot of them are not interested in doing it again. And it's not that the woman is not dope. It's more or less about the sacrifices that he had to make in order to do it.
Yeah.
But men tend to remarry more than I feel like women do. And this kind of goes into the concept that men can't be alone. Women can.
No, again, it's still him. If you're meeting dope people, you don't want to let them go. You know what I'm saying? Like, marriage is a lifestyle. It's not even about the person. It's a lifestyle. Just is what it is. It's literally a lifestyle. It's like being rich is a lifestyle. Being poor is a lifestyle. Anything that you do in life that is normalized is a lifestyle, because you're making a life adjustment in order to have that person inside of your life. Most people live together. It's hard making an adjustment for most people. Having a person spend a night versus having somebody live with you is two different things.
Correct.
To have somebody move into your life, and you probably have to get rid of a lot of stuff in order to accommodate them, and you have to adjust your lifestyle in order to have them around basically 24/7, 365, is a life adjustment. So it's not that it's anything wrong with her. It's more or less, is it something that he has to adjust so much to where it makes his lifestyle a little bit more uncomfortable than what he's used to. So it's, again, you would take it personal when you say, well, I don't want to really want that. That's because women are used to princess treatment. They're used to being the main character, right? And so everything kind of revolves around them, but they don't really consider how disruptive them coming into somebody else's life makes it in order for them to have to be accommodated.
I think that's a shared responsibility, though.
It's not something that women think about. They don't think, they think all women think that they're awesome. They all think that they're in some way, shape, or form a great asset for him. And that may be true to an extent, but you're also disruptive because you have to accommodate her in a lot of different ways that you otherwise wouldn't have to deal with. Even if you want to talk about it financially, let's talk about guys that have doing okay, right? Most people are just regular. Most people work regular jobs. Now you're paying for two. You're not paying for one. And if you have a kid, you're paying for 3 or 4.
Most of the time,
that's
they
disruptive
both paying.
to a person that is used to having to be able to do whatever they want to do when they want to do it. They can take off, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When you get home every day, you have to take into consideration everybody else before you even put your head on the pillow. That's not something that a guy that's not used to doing that has to consider. So people don't take that into consideration when they talk about relationships and marriage. They only think about what they want. They don't think about how you coming into somebody else's life makes it disruptive. Most guys improve a woman's life. Most women think that they improve a man's life, but really they only give him something that he's not used to having on a regular basis.
More responsibility.
They normalize whatever it is that he's, you know what I'm saying, that they bring into that whole relationship.
Most guys improve a woman's life in what capacity?
In every capacity. You're safer.
Please.
You have less to worry about. Most women that are married, to an extent, a lot of time, I've seen women get upset at what's happening at their job, and then they man say, well, you don't really have to do that job if you don't want to. Now she got options. What marriage affords women is options. That's all it is. It's optional. It's so many more options on the table for her to make adjustments to her lifestyle.
That's not true, Anton.
How is it not true?
Explain why it's not true.
In theory, what you say is absolutely valid, but in actuality, I'm not too sure that happens that frequently, especially because most of the time, a lot of men are average, which with average pay, a lot of men are not in that top 10. It does, because at the end of the day, I got options. How I got options when my half is contingent upon this household.
I'm sorry, Jess. I'm not really sure where you get your information from, but you always speaking from a lack of experience. That happens every single day that we wake up and go to work there's average men all over that are telling their wives, hey, you don't have to work, I got it. There's average men that'll pick up a second job just to make sure he has it. There's average Jamaican men that'll pick up 3 jobs and say, hey, I got all my
So where you pour your data?
That is literally what.
Where do you pour your data?
What do you mean? From experience.
What makes yours more valid than mine?
More than one friend that has average men that go out.
So your thought and your opinion is more factual than mine?
From my eyeballs, I see way more men telling their women, hey, I got you.
And from my eyeballs,
whether they're married or not, they're willing.
That just shows you just that maybe the men that's in your life.
No, that's not necessarily true either.
So, like I said, you always speaking from a lack of
experience. The point is, don't invalidate my experiences when you're not even basing yours on data yourself.
Tell that you're not around people that actually have men.
You don't know who I'm around, Kamaya.
Want to take care of them.
I don't know who I'm around.
I'm married. I have married friends. I have people.
You want a cookie?
They got people that they
whoop the damn do.
Obviously you don't, because you ain't
because I don't come on here and tell my personal business. You don't know what I got going on.
You always speaking from a different perspective.
And you're always speaking on
what's actually going on. You always talking about the negative.
The thing is, don't invalidate me when you couldn't even prove any valid data.
To ride for their
At the end of the day,
there's way more women that will not want a life partner than there is men that want life partners. Once women can actually stand up and become the life partners that these men need, then those men are going to actually be like, yeah, let me go ahead and snatch that up. Just like
there's no pick me surprise at the end of the day.
The men are going to snatch the
women. You're not going to win an extra medal, Kamaya. You're not winning an extra medal, love.
Because they think that everything is wrong.
You're not winning an extra medal for this.
They think everything is wrong with a man. They think men that can't do this, can't do that. They're not doing this, they're not doing that. That's exactly why they're not wanting those life partners. That's the ones that they're not wanting. The ones that actually want to be with a man and think that they can provide something to them, those are the ones that those men are saying, yeah, that's going to be my life partner.
Well, Jazz, I think I heard Anton say this a long while ago. At baseline, Jazz, I'm sorry. All right. I think I heard him say this a long while ago. At baseline, if you have no money involved, no nothing else, whatever, at baseline, the guy offers at least protection. 100%. That's the number one thing he offers, in multifaceted ways. He offers that. Even if you're just walking down the street with one, could be a male friend or a relative, you're still getting protection. So at baseline, we offer at bare minimum that.
Are you referring to just physical protection? Because I think it's also important that a man be able to financially protect you. And I think I'm going to throw just a bone that she's referring to the statement that, baby, you don't have to work, you don't have to do this. The average man, I believe, makes what, 40, 50, maybe 60,000 a year. The average person isn't even able to live off that. You got cars that are getting repossessed. People can't pay their insurance. They holding up their light bill and their water bill, playing hot potato. Which one can't get paid for the month? So I think it speaks to a bigger picture. Can the average paycheck from one person be, substantial enough to withhold a household, especially with the MAGA movement, pushing us to, to have children? These children cost money. Daycare costs money. So I think they're looking at it like we can want to spend our lives together, but can we afford to do so? And I believe that's a reason why so many marriages don't work out, because of the financial spats back and forth. So I think both.
I think y'all putting the cart before the horse. I don't even think it's that deep.
Thank you.
Honestly,
it is that deep.
It is. Thank you.
When you meet a person, when you're meeting a person,
average man needs their women. They're asking their wives, can you go ahead and get a job? They're actually requiring their wives to at least have a part-time job to bring some income in. And why would a woman or wife want her husband to work 2 jobs or 3 jobs? That's why these men, especially black men, be found dead on the couch at 41, because they overworking themselves. For what? It's not a big deal for
You
women to
gotta
work.
minimize your expenses, man.
Thank you, Dalen. That was the point that I
I
was
don't
trying to
think
make, is
that
that
have.
those
That's a good
options,
point.
in theory, what Anton said, yes, but in actuality, it just does not happen for the average household. It's just not a
And that's
Y'all,
thing.
y'all
So
again. I
this is
think that
this is
y'all.
this is what y'all not understanding. When a woman has to work, that means that you're automatically gonna have to get daycare. That means extra expenses gonna have to go out, not only for the man to go to work, but the woman to go to work as well. Who's gonna be
Yeah.
cooking whenever y'all get home and y'all get off? Oh, now you got to go and buy something while you're
I
out.
think that's
That's
what ruins
extra
relationships.
expenses that's going on. When a woman is told, "Hey, you can just stay home," you're actually cutting a lot more expenses than you are if you tell the woman, "Hey, I need you to go work. I need you to go get that."
Mhm.
There's more coming out of your pockets than there is for the woman to stay
The
home.
issue is that's not a choice. They
Not
don't have
have
that
to pay
choice.
$1,500 a month for daycare,
Mhm.
which is a huge expense when it
It
comes to a child, especially if you have more than one. So if the woman is not home, how is she taking care? How are you going to
And that's
provide
how the children get put in danger
agree
as
with
well.
what you're saying, Carmaya. It's not that we
for
disagree with it. I
children?
think the
Everybody
point
doesn't have
is
one child. There's more people that have more than one child than there is with
Come on,
people that
come
don't.
on, all right, come on. You
we
right. The problem
wait a
is
minute.
I
I
don't
think
know
she
if
doesn't
Island
understand
or Jess is
that
married.
we
They're
get
speaking
it.
on a single. They're talking from a single woman perspective. They're
I
not.
know
You
that.
don't
I
know
know
what
that.
we got
That's what
going
I'm
on,
saying.
Rob.
Wait a
That's
minute,
what
Robert. Wait
You're
a minute.
making an assumption.
Let me correct that. I live
Okay.
with my man, and he absolutely takes care of business. If we
Mhm.
wanted
Right. What are
to
you
do
basing
something,
this
it's
on?
nothing to get it registered with the Harris County in the state of Texas. But I digress on that. We don't disagree. I don't disagree, Carmine, with what you're saying. Of course, most women that work would love the to be a woman of leisure, to be at home and to be able to make decisions, for the household and to live life and not have to worry about, meeting obligations and demands at some shitty job, that's making millions or billions of dollars while you are pinching checks. We're not saying that that's not important or that's not what we're wanting. We're saying that the cost of living, the demand of the money that needs to be brought in is not enough for what the average man is earning. Sure, if a man is making a certain amount, depending on where he lives, can absolutely retire his wife and take care of a family of 3 or 4. But if you're talking about average earnings, people can't even single people are struggling. So how in the hell are you going to provide the necessities and the wants of your wife and your children and even a fucking dog? Because that is the American dream.
What are y'all talking about when y'all meet a person for the first time? Because the original conversation was, what are people looking for, men specifically, when they get, you know what I'm saying, meeting a woman, what are guys looking for? Women is out here. The premise of the whole question was based off of women wanting to be married and looking for somebody that they can spend the rest of their life with, for the most part, once you get past a certain age. And our guys looking for the same thing. When you meet a person, especially for the first time or the first couple of times, we're not talking about cost of living and can we afford a dog and all of this other stuff.
You brought it up, Anton. You're the one that said, baby,
I didn't bring it up.
Yes, you did. You said, baby, you don't have to go to work. You're
Yes,
releasing
you
the
did.
idea of a
I
woman.
use that as an example to illustrate that women's lives inherently become easier when they have a man in their life, regardless of whether they work or not. You having somebody to lean on makes your life inherently easier, even if you are still working. You don't have to do as much. You don't have to survive by yourself. And so I use it as an example to illustrate how men make women's lives easier. But it doesn't deviate from the original conversation in the original point of why men are not necessarily looking for somebody to spend the rest of their life with. And they kind of just going day by day and figuring it out as they go. And partly y'all showed it in this conversation why guys a lot of times say, I don't feel like being bothered with this nonsense, because you're not going to go from 0 to 100 and start putting obligations on me and start having conversations about what I can and can't afford already before. And I just met you.
That is so not true.
Why would I be sitting here talking about taking on a burden? And again, y'all prove my point. This is why guys say, I'm cool, because when I meet you, it's all about having a good time and having good energy and aura. When I have to be into a relationship with you longer term, Now I have to start having conversations about things that wasn't even a part of the conversation or in consideration when you was just busting it down for a real one. That's what I'm saying, is that we make your lives easier as the conversations go on. You trying to figure out whether or not I can afford your lifestyle.
No, nobody said nothing about a lifestyle. Basic
You
cost of living
and you didn't necessarily have to even say it.
Nobody even mentioned lifestyle. We mentioned cost of living.
You just described the dog.
You deviated because
you have more. You literally just broke it all the way down, and I didn't even ask nothing about that. I never asked about a dog. I never asked about what the average man makes. We never talked about any of that whatsoever.
Well, you did deviate by mentioning releasing a woman from her job. The idea of what you're talking about sounds good, but we were addressing how is it going to look.
Deviate to say that you couldn't work. I illustrated how men make women's lives in certain instances easier. I don't know why you keep saying that I deviated.
Because that's
okay. Let me back up for you. I was explaining to you why men in a lot of instances don't necessarily care for getting into long-term relationships or marriage, but they feel as though they are being pushed into it or they bullied into it because they don't want to lose a woman, but they're not really weighing the repercussions because women make men's lives a lot of times disruptive without taking into consideration how she's disrupting his life. That's the whole reason why I broke that down in the first place.
Okay, and the whole reason why I said what I said is because when you said it out of your own beard, baby, you don't have to work. I know people that they tell their wives you don't have to work, you don't have to have a job. So that's when we brought up, no, you tripping on that. So you were agreeable up until that point and up until that statement. So
I'm agreeable in general.
No, you're not.
Like, I'm not even saying anything holding women accountable.
Bare minimum.
I to be honest with you, I've been so agreeable lately. Like I've been a real chill, not trying to hold people accountable, just having a conversation. Me and Jess was just having a great dialogue. We wasn't even on no clashing type of stuff. I think that a lot of times y'all intentionally look to misunderstand because you're trying to get one off instead of looking to understand by taking into consideration what men say. What I'm telling you is that if you want better results from men, you need to take into consideration how he sees things and how we think. We think about what y'all think about because we know what y'all need in order to be fulfilled, right? We know what you want. We know that you don't want to go and work for the man. We know that you want to be the liberty soft. We understand this. It's a simple conversation, and y'all make it more complicated. Y'all don't take that into consideration, and that's why I said disruptive. Disruptive don't mean that you're a bad person. Disruptive means that you're making my life different and sometimes more difficult because I gotta consider you. If you was to consider me considering you, it would be easier for me to accommodate you, is what I'm saying.
That's a partner thing to have to consider the other person. That's just not reserved for the man.
The culture's telling them to do the complete opposite. That's the problem.
Well, consideration still needs to be had on both parties. So I don't understand why you are saying that what me and Jess were saying was combating or trying to negate what you were saying. Like I said,
thank you. We agree with y'all. I think y'all purposely.
I never said. Wait. First of all,
we agree.
I didn't even say nothing about you. This is an A&D conversation. I never said nothing about Jess being combative. That's number one. So Jess, I don't even know why you're trying to co-sign this bullshit. All right, because I just gave you props. I literally just gave you props and was holding it down. Daylin is looking for a partner so that she can survive this conversation, but it's not gonna go it's not gonna go the way she thinks it's gonna go.
You're not cooking me though, so I don't need survival or anything. You're not cooking me. You're the one getting cooked right now.
I'm not trying to. I can.
Okay.
Then why y'all just
okay? So is that what you want me? Oh wait. Hold on. Is that what you want? See, I don't feel like y'all satisfied unless y'all get that other me, and I'm.
No, I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this kind, dog.
I don't think that y'all feel like I love you unless you get that other.
No, we cool.
Here come Darth Anton.
Like I'm really being like the nicest person ever. I'm chilling. I'm slow motion. But if that's what you want, if that's what you asking for,
and like
I can give you what you asking for. Just let me know.
I want the smoke.
Toxic time.
Darth
Well,
and
let me
Darth.
rephrase
Yeah.
what maybe that what Dayla was saying. Basically, she was saying y'all were making it seem like what we were saying was just so out of the box, when in actuality we agreed with y'all. We were just saying that that's just not reality in a lot of situations. But ideally, what y'all are saying is absolutely 1,000% correct. That's all we were just trying to say.
No, y'all was giving me pushback because I said that it's average men every day that's taking care of women and not having them go to work. That's what y'all were pushing back on.
I didn't push back on you. First of all, I didn't push back on you. I didn't even
Well,
really.
You did. You said
we gotta get to the next subject, y'all.
That can happen. Y'all were saying y'all agree that can happen, but it's
It
not
should.
happening.
Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. We gotta get to the next conversation.
Yeah,
We
let's
got
get to
4
the next
different
topic.
subjects.
Okay, so Mr. Barnes says, shout out to the panel, and hey, Mimi, with your big head fine self. Telgi says, Mimi, I still need $20. K. Ali says, I recently been doing dating apps, and majority doesn't get you nowhere, just people offering you to buy videos. K. Ali again says, Dalen, you need help. LOL. King C90 says, my fear of divorce is higher than my want to be married. Marriage was a way to get to the next level. Regular people are getting divorced nowadays. Ms. K says, Kamaya, facts. It's married women, myself included, but put up, don't work, and taken care of. I have the option to work, and I choose not to work. Jess, shh. Gemini Cricket says, Jess, I met my man working at a tire shop making $500 a week. Now I answer calls for his mobile tire business making $200,000 or more a year. Sanquan _42 says, yo, Anton, Jess is the new Jazz, and Dalen is 3 steps away from Trigger. She's just prettier. Day _C10 King says, I make over 200.
He said, who was the new who?
Jess is the new Jazz. Dalen is 3 steps away.
No, Jess is Jess.
Hold on. Let's be very clear. I like Jess. I think that Jess is cool. Jess adds value into the show. I would never ever put Jess in a category of that bitch. Ever in life. Don't even disrespect Jess like that. All right.
Yeah, she far from her.
Okay, last one is the _C10 King says, I make over 285K, and I spent way more money on unnecessary expenses when my wife was working. When I told her she didn't have to work anymore, I had more money to invest and secured the bag better because I had less worries. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Next topic, not a trick or a simp. Let's watch this clip and talk about it.
Okay, so I recently moved to Atlanta, and since moving to Atlanta, I have realized that a lot of men in Atlanta are red pill men. I never experienced this in New York. So this is how you know you have come across a red pill Dusty and to run the other way based on what these men have said to me in the past 2 months. Okay, number 1, they'll say that they're not a trick or a simp. This will be completely unprovoked. You won't ask them anything or say anything specific, but they'll just let you know. First things first, I'm not a trick or a simp. Number 2, they'll call a date dick at the end. Number 3, they'll refer to 95% of women as bitches and hoes. So they'll say to you, you're not like other women. 95% of women are bitches and hoes. Sidebar, if they say that you're different than other women, then that's a good tell, because I am not different than other women. I'm just like other women. And the fact that you're trying to separate me into this category of like false worthiness, which requires me putting down other women, is not attractive to me. And the last way to tell that you are dealing with a red pill Dusty man from Atlanta is that they will refer to women as females. That's like the clear tell all. It will tell on them. It's the tattletale, okay? The minute they refer to women as females, they're like, yeah, y'all females, run, let it go, and let it go, okay? So, yeah.
What?
Yep.
Men who are openly say they aren't simps or tricks are red flags. Is she correct on what she said in the video?
I'm not
Yeah.
a red pill guy, but we had to put this on the forefront, man. This is a young woman game right here. That they when they talk like this. Women that's mature ain't even thinking like that, man. Like she's caring too much, is what I'm saying. Women like this gonna care themselves too much out of a relationship. Like no dude want to deal with that. You know what I mean? I'm not even a red pill fan guy like that because I'm a man. But if I'm sitting here hearing this, I'm gonna be turned off from even talking to her. Why you
I've
even
heard regular
what's so
men
wrong
that
with-
aren't
what's
red
so-
pill talk like that.
Wait. What's so wrong with the red pill? I'm confused. Isn't it the truth?
I mean, it's some.
I think
it can be
it's the
true.
bad side of the red pill that's a problem.
Yeah, like I'm not like for example, the passport boys. I'm not one of them guys. Like I don't have to go out of the country to go get some box. You know what I mean? I'm him in my city or wherever I go.
I don't
So
think we should.
I don't. It's a confidence thing is what I'm getting at. And those guys talking like that, and I don't know. I don't like when women be talking like that, but I can
I
tell
don't
she's
think they
young.
really talk like that. I don't think guys really talk like that.
I think the better side of it doesn't.
The passport bros, red pill guys, you can tell. Man, look, you can tell they leave with their money in a lot of cases. I'm not that guy, even though I got bread. I'm him. But you got to feel like you that though.
Yeah.
But if
If
you're
you
talking like
him,
that,
do
he
you
ain't
gotta
getting no
keep
motion.
saying you him?
You said what now?
If you really him, you don't gotta keep saying you him.
No, but you're not in Nashville. You know you was out here.
Huh?
Hmm?
No, I really didn't hear you, but all right. I digress.
I got you. No, I see you said it. I don't have to say it. No, I just said it because we're on this context of the show. But if you was here, you would know.
That stuff that you were saying that the guys were
You
saying.
said if
they
you
don't
was
say.
there, you would know.
You see, yeah. I don't know about the red pill point, but I focused on what language she was using as far as men referring to women as females. That is red flag. Don't talk to men that do that. That's so immature. And she also talked about how like men feel the need to have conversations with women where they have to bash other women in order to like paint themselves good. If you need somebody to turn somebody else light down so you shine, that's a character flaw there. You don't need to be talking to them. So I think she's trying to point out the character flaws in these type of men that shouldn't be taken seriously, but drop the term red pill because to be honest, I don't even really know what the red pill is about. But I think she's definitely on point. A lot of these men, and then she said she's in Atlanta. They're gay. They're everywhere. So if men are coming off like they don't like you, don't like women or anything about women, it's because they're gay. And being gay, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you start wasting women's time and want them to devalue themselves, you know what I'm saying? So you can feel better about being gay, then and she need to move out of Atlanta if she's trying to settle down and have a family because the only man she gonna find is gay. So yeah, shout out to the gay community.
But I don't think if a man don't like you, that doesn't make him automatically gay, right? And I think
Atlanta,
like
girl, it does.
And that's saying
well, I don't know
because
nothing about
you don't like
Atlanta.
you're gay because you don't like a woman that makes you gay. I'm saying because you're gay is probably why you don't like this girl. So you need to go get with somebody that you like.
I think that women that are serial daters are immediate red flag right away. I think that women that consistently date multiple men that have a lot of dating stories are the biggest red flags that you can find. Huge.
When you say serial dating, is that multiple people at a time or is that concurrent?
Multi-dating.
Both.
Okay.
Yep. I think that those are the biggest red flags. Anytime you see a woman that dates regularly multiple different people or is always going on a date or always got a different guy that they talking about that they dating, that's the biggest red flag right away.
So how do you get to know people? You just, by osmosis get,
because because what I know that people know what they want and if they like a person immediately. So if you was to like a person, but yet you still going on all of these multiple different dates, you're a red flag. And it doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that from a guy's perspective, you're a bop. You know what I'm saying? And so
not bop.
Yeah, you're definitely a bop. So that's number one.
I've heard that since 2000.
You're a bop. And so that's number one. You know what I'm saying? Because you have no stability and in a lot of instances that leads to a lot of different situationships at the same time, which you can't focus your attention on building something with somebody if your attention is all over the place with a bunch of different guys. And so when I seen this woman talking and she said the guys from New York versus the guys in Atlanta, I already know that nobody is really taking her serious. That's the first thing, right? The second thing that I noticed in this whole conversation is anytime that a woman don't like the fact that a man is not responding to her the way that she wants him to respond, whether it's spending money on her, whether it's taking it out, whether it's taking her serious, they always call them red pill dusties. It's a defense mechanism, because I don't see women that are successful with men labeling men and getting mad at how men talk to them. Like no woman that really loves and likes men and is enjoying her life in men, you know, with her dating situation or whoever it is that they with, they don't get mad at a guy calling her a female.
Exactly. I call women female.
One of the dumbest things.
It's such a derogatory term, though.
Even if I say, like, I'll give you all an example. Locker room talk for guys is, yo, where the hoes at? Now, that doesn't mean that I'm referring to you specifically as a hoe, right? But at the same time, it's almost like using an N-word. We know that it's bad, but we're not necessarily meaning to use it in a negative way. We just kind of talk and it's just banter. You know what I'm saying? It's just playful banter. It's not something
but it's how it's said.
Hold on. It's not meant to be insulting. It's just the way that people communicate. Can you communicate better? Absolutely. Can you improve the way that you talk in general? 100%. But when you get around your homies, like, man, these hoes is crazy. That don't mean that you hate women. It don't mean that you look at every woman negatively. That's just kind of like banter and playful talk.
Yeah, I don't think it's about looking at it negatively, Anton. It's just a pure representation of laziness and intellectual laziness at that. And then my personal
we don't
opinion,
give a fuck about what y'all think that we think is lazy. Because wait a minute, it's a sign of and the reality is that what guys don't understand, and maybe Robert can clear this because Robert said him, and so maybe he'll understand this, right?
Oh my God. Okay.
Maybe he can confirm this. I can say whatever I want to say around you, to you, in front of you. And if you rocking with me, you still fucking anyway. So it don't make no difference. You're not going to sit here and say, I'm not talking to this guy because he's being intellectually lazy.
Right.
Yes, you will.
Only do that. You only do that shit when it's with somebody that you don't care about because you still going.
That's not true. Those simple signs of showing how you refer to things and how you look at things is a reflection of your intellect and how you problem solve, how you address things, how you confront things. It speaks to your overall maturity. If you calling me female, why aren't I calling you? I shouldn't be calling you niggas, like how women refer to men as niggas. Because
men don't refer to a specific woman as female. They refer to a group of people that think a certain way as like these females is crazy. Right? They don't refer to the woman that they with as a hoe. They say these hoes is crazy out here because it's specifically tied to a group of women that think a certain way. So usually women that think is intellectually lazy are the ones that feel like they're referring to them as hoes. And so they feel like they're a hit dog. And so they'll holler.
I don't think it's about
because if I'm around my girl and I say, man, these hoes is crazy. You know what she say? She be like, yeah, these hoes is
these
crazy.
Hoes are crazy.
Okay,
she don't feel
these females are crazy.
Because she know that she not a hoe.
I don't think it's about feeling like it's a personal attack. I think it's about observing what somebody does based on basically like what type of characteristics that they have. If you are using that type of language, it's almost like a kid talks like that. Oh, these females. You're not saying that we just use it like a term of endearment, like "What's up, my nigga?" or "That's my bitch." No, she was referring.
That's not intellectually lazy, though, right there.
How is that?
The video, she's referring to men that only refer to women as females. Why not call them ladies or women? Like, y'all know, don't play dumb. You know what?
How is that derogatory?
If a man calls me a female, I'm not taking it no damn way.
I'm still stuck on that. How is it derogatory?
Nowadays. Women nowadays pick and choose when to use certain words. Y'all women be calling the women B words, but y'all don't like it back. Make that make sense. Like you should be glad you're not a female and not a nigga, not a trans, not a.
I think y'all got selective hearing because no one is saying that people are taking offense or saying that you're necessarily wrong. It is incorrect in language. Period. If you talking like that.
Calling women the B words is way worse than saying female, and y'all use it every day.
But we can acknowledge that if a woman in this video is saying that when she wants to get with the dude, and that's the type of language he's using, that she's saying that I'm not gonna take you seriously in a relationship because that's how you refer to women.
That's why I started a conversation with. That's because she's young. I'm not trying to put you in that category, Don, but she's young talking. That's why she's
young and brainwashed. That's all.
She's brainwashed and young.
Brainwashed.
When you're young like that, you care about silly shit like that. When you're a grown older woman,
no. I actually think that.
What kind of world do we live in?
These hoes ain't young.
It's not okay. What kind of world do we live in when it's not okay for a woman to be dressed as a female, which is exactly what she is? And we have males out here calling themselves women and females and all this stuff. But when a woman can't be addressed as a female, what kind of world are we living in?
Let me tell you why, Kamaya.
You check female or male.
Let me tell you why, Kamaya. Let me tell you why, Kamaya. Because I've never seen a woman that's a lady not get referred to according to how she acts. Exactly. Is usually the ones that are complaining about not being labeled a certain way because they feel like they deserve it, but they're not a reflection of it.
That feels
women that are winning and women that are respected get treated as such. I've never seen a woman that's a lady and is presentable and is somebody that is respected, that is walking around, get referred to as a hoe.
A woman walking her femininity.
Never.
I don't know when the whole female thing became a bad term, because when y'all apply for jobs, when y'all do applications, are you checking female or male? Like,
it's the colleges.
Why do y'all do that? Nobody said it was categorized as bad. Do y'all know the difference between somebody addressing something for what it is?
You are literally saying that
it's bad. No one
said speaking incorrectly.
I said that it was incorrect.
It's not incorrect. I'm a damn female. You're a female. If I'm not with a vagina, I'm a female.
No, you're a cisgender female. You're a cisgender female. So if I call you that, I just called you a cisgender.
You know what the funniest part about it is? For me, Mimi, tell me if I'm wrong.
No. It's okay, Dana.
Hold on, I got a question.
You don't want me to call you that.
I got a quick question.
I don't know what it means, so I can't even be mad. What does it mean?
So now if I hold on, Dalen.
Yeah.
Tell me how guys should be referring to women and how they should be talking to them.
Just like you do. You see how you just said women instead of females? Point proven. You didn't say.
No, I say with a hoe.
He calls them hoes.
You know, I'd be like, these hoes is crazy.
These hoes.
But I said, wait a minute. I said the same thing. Hoe is a description of a woman. Sexual, what she do with her body sexually. No, calling a woman a female already has its
it's a general term of endearment that we use towards women.
And I'm telling you that
where the hoes at, man?
Especially the Black community are the only community that does that. No other culture does that, and it's a sign of low intelligence. If you're using
crazy, if you don't wait, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Definitely do.
If you don't think that Asian men, Latino men, white men, Hispanic men, and African men,
they're not.
You don't think that they have terms of terms of endearment towards women? You crazy.
White men say slut.
They did it. The word female is not a term of endearment. It's just a scientific term.
But here's my question to you, Mimi. Here's my question to you.
Yes, Lord Anton.
If we start talking to, I like that shit too.
I know you like it.
If we start talking to women the way that Dalen thinks that we start talking to women, y'all gonna think we lames.
I was just gonna say, if men started talking like that in front of or not in front of women, we would be like, what the hell is wrong with that?
Yeah, who's this cornball?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But I mean, I personally, I don't get offended by if a man, again, I don't know. That's not my age range, my demographic.
That's what I was saying.
Men that are my age range. I mean, Robert, you said you're 37, so I'm a little older than you. They don't talk like that. So that I don't even come into contact with men like that unless they're in my DMs, just being annoying. But guys that are my age, they don't even talk like that. So that's why I don't have much to say about it. I definitely would look another direction if they did, because they're probably young enough to be my son if they talk like that.
But Mimi, let's say if they did, right? You're talking to a guy and he's like, man, these females at work are crazy.
Nah, that ain't gonna bother me at all.
Exactly. Like,
No.
I think like this female, it's now negative, just happened the past 5-6 years. We never heard nothing about this female being a negative word prior to that. So who the hell made that? It had to be somebody from the LGBTQ. It had to be.
It's the college.
It was
the feminist movement.
Women's studies, feminist movement in colleges.
Exactly. See,
I got a question because she said something, the second one that she said, because I was like, oh, I gotta ask, because that's again not in my demographic or age range. When she said at the end of the date they're gonna say dick, what did that mean?
Oh no, dick at the end of the I don't know.
Oh, meaning that you need to give me some dick or something, or I want to give you some dick or what?
Yeah, I guess
she said that second one. I was like, is that a new term for something? I don't know what she was talking about. But she said if men say that at the end of the date, then it's a red flag. And I was like, I've never heard that.
Same dick.
Yeah, the second thing she said in the video, she was like, first it was something, and then the second one, she was like, at the end of the date, if they say dick, then it's a red flag. And I was like, what does that mean?
But this is a perfect example of like why men like don't want to get married. Like, we got to worry about all these little microcosm of things that y'all don't like, or like, who cares? Female, really?
So I wanted to give y'all some context surrounding the word female, right? Have y'all all seen Baby Boy?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so the word and the terminology female was used significantly a lot in that movie. And I apologize if I'm looking down at my phone. I just wanted to pull this up. So the phrase is one example is why women dislike being called females, because casually is often used in a dismissive or generalized way rather than saying women. And I have noticed that sometimes men will say these females. It is almost it's almost as if like that woman, she's not even referred to a woman at that point, and that the term female is just, I'm just giving you some contextual. And if you go rewatch Baby Boy,
what do y'all say when y'all
you'll
get mad?
realize you'll
these
see
niggas
the terminology.
No, to women, to other women. What do y'all say to other women when y'all are mad?
Let them talk. Like, nobody was talking about being angry, and you trying to pivot to something else. She's speaking on it generally, and you talking about what about if you mad?
All right, you don't even have to be mad, right? What do y'all call other women as a term of endearment?
No.
We're not even talking about contextually in response to other women. We're talking strictly about
I know,
men. Hear me out, James. I just want to say this because trying to bring women into this conversation, I think, is almost moot, and we're going to always come at an impasse. But what I'm saying in regards to this, I want to talk about it in terms of when men say or refer to women as females. It's almost as if you're just lowering her to like just a female instead of just saying, oh, that's a woman, that's a lady.
But why are we creating new definitions for words?
Why
should I be like, you know what? Let me not use this word because
what Q is contextual.
World order.
No,
it is also contextual.
Let me not use this word because you guys might be more sensitive. No, it is what it is. Female is. Why are we redefining words that already been defined? It's
contextual.
I'm gonna break the ice, man. Y'all gonna think I'm shampoo when I say this. But let me say this. I'm an educated black man, and I think women.
Oh, we know you him. You educated. You this, you that. You all that in your city.
I know women.
Goddamn.
Okay, I got you. I know women need to be. It's good that women get the education out of it, but this is one byproduct of you can be too much chip on your dip. Y'all being educated made the reason why things offend y'all like that. Y'all going to college, got so many degrees. All that education is what makes women so offended by certain things that shouldn't even make sense. being called a female. I understand what you talking about, Jess. How they when they brought it out, they make y'all feel less than. But who cares? You're still a woman at the end of the day. It's a female. And like are you gonna get more mad at the B word or the female word?
Right.
So let me ask you this,
That's
Rob.
the
Somebody
word.
said, "Hey,
Like-
what's up, my nigga?" versus a white man saying, "What's up, nigger?" Which one do you feel like you would be upset with?
Even if
Apples and oranges.
Because we're talking about contextual, right? So what's the difference between a white person calling you a nigga versus a black person?
it's a
The
reflection.
It's all
slavery, the
contextual.
slavery context.
Where does
Slavery
nigga
context.
derive from?
Right. The slavery
What is the
context.
definition? Where did nigga derive from?
You
No,
tell me
the only point I was trying to make is
Terrible
it's contextual. It is
That's an
No, that's a
extremely
contextual and how
different
proving
you
point.
say
definition
it.
because we know where nigga came from. Where
Right.
did what's the definition of a female?
I mean, Kamaya just said it. That was a great word. Kamaya, repeat that.
A
what you said,
biological woman.
Kamaya.
A biological woman.
That was, but that was on point. What she just said. Like,
A nigga, niggas,
I
what? Niggas and niggas, what?
no, Carmaya.
I said that.
Chud, y'all heard about Chud, the guy, the white guy that was down here in Nashville. What happened to him?
Wait a minute, Carmaya speaking. Wait a minute, Carmaya was talking. Robert.
I said it's a direct reflection on the person that feels offended by the words that people are using. If you feel offended by somebody calling you a female, then it's on you. That has nothing to do with the person. That's not a reflection on him. It's a reflection on the women that are saying, you should not be calling me this. You should refer to me as this and that. I feel like that's more of something that's coming from the LGBTQ community, where they're like, "Oh no, you need to refer to me as this."
They, them, there. What
you said a key point that if you're offended by it, then that's the point. And I think that just because you acknowledge it doesn't automatically mean that you're offended by it. And I think there may be some confusion that just because you can tell by people who use female instead of other terms like women or lady, especially if you've never heard them use the word, sometimes it speaks to your level of vocabulary and your vernacular. That's all we're saying, that if you pay attention to the type of words and language people use, you can kind of guesstimate what type of conversation level that they on. So if you feel like this is the type of language you use, maybe I shouldn't take you seriously in a relationship, that's cool. But just because you feel like, yeah, I don't really like the way you speak, don't mean that you're personally offended. If somebody called me a female, I'm not going to get defensive and tell them not to do that. But in my mind, I already know what type of conversations I can have with you. So I think y'all need to distinguish between the two and stop telling
But Daily,
Wait, so
just because you're offended doesn't make you right.
Use the B word because you use the B word.
Wait a minute, logical. Did you hear what I said?
I heard what you said, but being offended doesn't mean it's offensive.
Yeah,
It's two separate things.
It's not.
We're not talking about offensiveness. We're talking about somebody using what they hear you say and determining how they're going to move with you moving forward. This is not about labeling you. This is not about categorizing you. This is about assessing and observation people through language. It would be incorrect for me to say, "What's up, human?" But why would you? But somebody would be like, "What the fuck? What you calling me a human for? I'm a man." You know what I'm saying? Or I'm a woman. So why
aren't you a human?
Like,
aren't you a human?
You're thinking you're going way too deep.
Y'all say it's too deep when y'all really can't.
The brainwashing runs that deep though.
When it
y'all say it's too deep when y'all don't have no rebuttal.
I'm talking about what you were explaining about being offended. You can be offended simply and be like, you know what? I don't want to talk to this person. That's being offended because you're deciding, you're making the decision, I don't want to talk to this person because they refer to me as this. You're not making a big scene and saying, hey, you don't need to disrespect me like that. I am a woman. I am a lady. We're not saying
you better call me they, them, and theirs.
Here's another difference. When y'all say,
but also you deciding to be like, hey, I'm good on this person. Right. You already have an offense.
As what? I think there's a difference between saying, "Oh, I'm gonna stop mid-conversation with somebody." That she wasn't talking about how we having a conversation now. Oh, I'm gonna stop talking to Carmaya because she called me a female. No, she's saying that if I'm trying to get with a dude romantically and I'm noticing this is his language, I have a right as a woman to say I don't want to take this man seriously.
Yes, she has every right, but she sounds dumb as a female.
See what you just said, it sounds like, but that goes to how y'all women refer to y'all females. That's your feelings, Q, but it's fuck your feelings.
No, you're all females on this panel.
We are literally females. We are
females.
After the
Born with vaginas. I'm a female.
What's the name they say? I am a lady.
Okay, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute.
Dog, a rabbit, a cow.
Right.
People that are big and get
No,
called
you call me the B word. I'm gonna think offensively.
So
we already have a name though, Carmaya, and it's woman. We already have a
female too. Females are on job applications. What are you checking off?
You making it seem like you're not a female. Like, what do you mean?
You are
Is girl offensive as well?
An idea of what somebody feel because you can't defend what you're saying.
No, F your feelings. That's the problem. Women are not. Women are so emotional. Like
like Robert said, it wouldn't make any difference if she liked them.
Females
it wouldn't make no difference.
Right.
Look, when women say this right here, when women say this right here, when women
grammar, it's simple grammar.
When women be like, all you males are the same. We don't get offended as y'all say male. We get offended y'all say we the same.
Males all the time.
What? Yes, they do. Women be like, all you
males are the same. They say the N word when women are talking at the same time.
Sometimes
they like you enough.
Little
If
boys.
she like you enough, you can insult her right then and there.
All other females that they love B words. B words
are such liars.
If she likes you enough, you can insult her right then and there, and she'll
women be saying all you males are the same.
Can I ask a question really quick? Q and Carmine, I don't know if y'all gonna say, oh, I don't know what that is, but I know you've heard of this. When women were finding out that the LGBT or whatever, different people were deciding that they were gonna call us natural born women only cisgendered women, and there were women that were upset and are basically saying, don't you call me that, you gonna call me a regular woman. Did those women have a right to be offended or find it offensive for somebody to now change what your name has your term has already been, which is female or woman, to now telling you are cisgender? Did they have a right to be offended?
You're right. And you know why they had a right to be offended? Because they actually changed. The key word is change and say something different than what we actually are.
No,
cisgender. What is cisgendered? What is that? Where did
That's a made-up ass word.
No, cisgender is a heterosexual woman. That is what cisgender means.
It was made up a good while ago.
No, this word has been around. It is a heterosexual identifying woman. That is what cisgender means.
This has been around for
when I was younger,
what fuels y'all to like?
Not around.
That was not around. That was hell no.
That was not around.
Scientifically, that term is correct. That term is correct. It is
thank you.
In the early 60s or the late 70s.
Always been addressed as
why do y'all fight for this though?
Women.
Right.
Like,
why didn't y'all get this mad? Why didn't y'all get this mad when Bruce Jenner won Woman of the Year?
But nobody is upset. I think y'all need to stop reaching for something. No one is upset.
No. Don't skip that, darling.
We gotta go to the next topic, y'all. We gotta go to the next topic, though. So wrap it up.
We got it.
Anybody else? Yeah, let's wrap it up because we're not gonna get nowhere. It's a circle. Okay, let me read the super chats. Hearing Jess and Dalen talk is a reminder in my head that it's better to stay single. Hearing Kamara talk gives me hope there are good women out there. Saquon_42 says, nah, I'm just trolling. It's all love. Put there to work says, all I heard was I'm a bop. Treat me as such. Just don't remind me. AR_Smitty says, like, pop the balloon bops. Miss KP says, do y'all boycott medical forms that ask, are you male or female? Dalen? No, you check female and turn the form in. Y'all want to
because you will fill those forms at a doctor's office and they need to know if you have balls or a vagina.
What about a job? What about a job, Dalen? For a job, they
need to know if you select certain benefits.
No, she read over
they need to know you are who you are. That's why on
No. When you do an application that has nothing to do with the benefits, when you apply to a job, you're not asking nothing about benefits.
It has everything to do with the job. It has everything to do with the job, because you need to be able to prove you are who you say you are. If you was born Michael and you was a male, your ID needs to say M on it. That's to speak to who you are, who your identity is.
Okay.
Dalen, don't waste your breath, love.
Let's go on. Okay, Tel Gee says Dalen, would helpmate be better than female? Put their to work says if you think female is derogatory, you're suffering. Your bird brainism. It's running rampant within the community. Mr. Low Key 864L says this was the early segment, but I ain't gonna lie, whatever just saw with her eyeballs hold more weight. TBAHC says in a time when women want to be called women, women are worried about being called females. Dumb-ish. Pick a better argument, ladies. I get more disrespect from women, not men. That's a fact. Put their to work. Date means D at the end. She learned that from TikTok. DeMarcus says, shout out to all the females on the panel. TBAHC says, this segment here just made me embarrassed to be a woman. Secondhand embarrassment, though. I cannot believe this is an effing debate. I'm proud female. Nate _ Higger 808 says that female is a low vibrational person. Shout out to y'all in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the like button. If you are interested in joining these panels, make sure you DM me on IG. Just put panel, and then I'm going to cycle through some new people. Oh, Lord, these males and females on the panel tonight. But shout out to y'all in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Let's go to the next topic. Okay. Marry the nerd is predatory. Let's watch this and talk about it.
So I saw this video recently and it had a lot of women saying that you should marry the nerd, and I couldn't scroll past it without saying something. Because on the surface, it sounds like it's really good advice. Find a good, hardworking, financially stable, disciplined man. Great. But it gets a little dark because a lot of these conversations are not about finding a good partner. They're about finding somebody naive enough not to answer you. That's not a relationship strategy. That's a predatory one. A lot of good men out there put their heads down their whole life. They've never played games. They never ran in the streets. They built something real. And because of that, they walk into relationships completely blind to certain patterns and behaviors. It's not because they were stupid. It was because they never had to learn that side of the world. And taking advantage of somebody's lack of experience is no different from any other form of manipulation. It doesn't matter which direction it comes from. Proverbs 11:3 says, the integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity. In other words, you cannot build something real on a foundation of taking advantage of someone's goodness. So if you're one of those good men, this is your sign to get wise, not cold, not cynical, wise. Know your worth, know the room, because your goodness is a gift, not a weakness for somebody else to exploit.
Women who are looking to marry the nerd, are they predatory?
So question, and I already know this is going to cause some controversy, and I'm just giving another perspective. What would be the difference between men saying, marry the wholesome good girl, but they really like the hoes? To me, that is marry the nerd, marry the good guy to the man that is in the streets. What would be the difference? Before y'all start coming at my neck, chat and the males and females on the panel, I'm just giving y'all another perspective to think about it. What's the difference?
I think the difference is that the nerds don't want to be used that way. I think the hoes do.
Yep. See, you didn't even comprehend what I said. So that's like men saying, marry the wholesome good woman, right? A lot of men do not marry the woman that they, I'm going to just say, a lot of y'all may not marry the woman that you would prefer to. You may not necessarily marry the woman that you are the most attracted to, but you marry the woman who could make a good wife. She could make a good mother. She's not a 10, but she's maybe a 7 or an 8, and you can work with that, right? Is that also not predatory? So like to tell a woman you should probably marry this caliber of a man versus a man that's in the streets, I'm just confused. I'm just trying to shed light on that.
About the 10 and the 7, a man, the reason why that's even it's not predatory, it's just more for peace. A man will choose peace over beauty any day. I'll take a 6 or a 7 to bring me peace than a woman that's a 10. A lot of things that come with that. It's not predatory, it's just the peace part. Predatory, well, now I don't agree with this man talking about a woman marrying a nerd is predatory. I think that she's just looking at a guy. She probably looking at it as more she can control him probably than a man is going to stand on.
Control.
No,
Why
women.
can't
Why
you
is it
just be
always negative
attracted
when
to
it's the
him?
woman though?
I think it's just smart.
Because
No,
sometimes
most of
women,
these
Y'all
women want the
spinning it to
nerd
be
after they done
negative.
ran through.
yeah, they can ran
Sorry.
through them or slash. They can feel more comfortable.
Or
He ain't
the
gonna
men
cheat or
they
something.
want effing on other women or not,
Right,
you know,
right.
locking them down. Whereas the nerds,
When
he got,
when
you
I
know,
was in
he's
college,
intentional.
the amount of men, you know what I'm saying, that you would think probably the women probably wouldn't think was all that attractive had all the women because women thought he was a safe bet. But he was actually having sex. He would have sex with all the women because all the women.
Most of the nerds I know are, first of all, freakier than regular dude. I don't know why we're using nerd.
They look better.
Why is nerds this bad term? Why
I
is
don't
this
think
bad?
they used it in a bad way though.
Oh,
They're
I
just saying
think
married
it's
men.
being used that like when, like in your example, Jess. I think it's making men that are nerds sound like they're not desirable. Me personally, I love a nerd, baby. You can get some glasses on and you can sit in front of a computer, honey. That is my thing. Okay, so I don't understand why people
We
are
won't say nerd, but maybe the guy who's not conventionally the most attractive, maybe the guy who has a good head on his shoulders, he has a good job, but he may not, you know, be the most attractive, have the best body. He may not have the most experience with women. Like we're talking about the him guys, the guys who say I'm him versus the guys who are
He's an
versus
Urkel.
right. Stefan.
Well, he is this.
Y'all are
He is
effing Stefan, but then sooner or later, when y'all get old enough, y'all want Urkel, who's making money.
Urkel is extreme,
very
but
loyal.
maybe the corny guy. He might be, and not necessarily corny because that's also subjective. But we're talking about the guy who's conventionally like that, like a Stefan Diggs versus a regular man. So that's the comparison. But I don't think that a nerd is a bad guy. I don't see a negative.
When we was younger, nerds didn't get no play. Now it's more of a
Exactly.
cosplay thing to have a nerd for one thing. Two,
Yeah.
also nerds
Because
have the money
everybody
now.
is a
When we was
nerd.
younger, nerds didn't have the money. So now women look at nerds as a viable thing because they got bread. The tech world is different now. And again, there's a lot of fetishes going on out here. So women also look at nerds on a cosplay thing. Yeah, I mean, just
Everybody
like,
I know.
I think all of y'all are completely off. All of y'all are way off,
okay,
bro.
let's hear it.
Of course we are.
Nerd is okay. So the term nerd is figurative. It's not literally saying that you got a pocket protector on.
Right.
It's to say that you're not the type of dude that's in the streets. You're not the type of dude that's willing to take penitentiary chances. You're not the type of dude to be out there doing dumb stuff. And so we say nerd figuratively, but basically these are the guys that don't have a bunch of baby mamas. These are the guys that's not, you know what I'm saying, having a bunch of trauma. They don't have diseases. And so they're the safer pick and they think longer term as far as what their results are. So to be nerdy in the Black community and the culture is basically to be the good guy. All right. You're the good guy.
Yeah.
And so what he was referring to when he said, don't be, you know what I'm saying, your lack of experience, meaning that you're not out here, you know what I'm saying, getting caught up in a bunch of bullshit. And so you may be a little bit more green to the nature of the type of woman that's going to attract herself to you once she been through some shit with a nigga that she wasn't supposed to be with in the first place. And what he's saying is you're building yourself up, you focus, you taking care of business. It's predatory to go after these guys because you know that they may not know or they may not be able to identify you as the hoe that you are.
Oh, God.
You know that they may not be able to spot the red flag as the niggas that's fucking on you every day, right? And so because these guys have been head down, they've been focused, they've been dedicating themselves to their purpose, they may even be spiritual guys or whatever. For you to go and try to take advantage of it as a woman is a form of being predatory. And so it doesn't make them any less good guys.
Don't we tell women choose better?
It don't make them any less good guys. But what it makes it is he's saying that in a sense, he's really red pilling them, right? He don't want to use that term because y'all automatically assume that it's toxic. But what he's saying is you got to get hip and you got to get aware and you got to know your worth, because every woman that says that she loves you and likes you just because she got a pretty face or just because she seems feminine at the time, it doesn't mean that she qualifies to be a woman in your life, because your value is here. And I don't think that you realize your value is here because you've worked your whole life. And so you don't even know how valuable you are And that comes with a predatory mindset from a woman that now wants to get involved with you because she knows that the guys that she fucked with ain't about shit when it comes to the later versions of their life. They jailbirds, they can't get jobs, they're trying to go straight. You know what I'm saying? They got records or whatever. And it don't mean that these guys are bad guys, but it means that there's a class system and we don't even realize that the guys that we refer to as nerds are really top class guys. They're good guys, they dope guys, and they should be treated as such. They should be heralded. They should be celebrated.
Red pill.
Anton, you're making a lot of
what he was
assumptions.
saying as
You're
the
making a lot
term
of
marry the
assumptions.
nerd is something that women are talking about when they get to the second half of their hold'em and they looking to try to figure out how they can not be in that space no more.
It
They
used
may
to be
have a
corny,
child. They may be, you know what I'm saying, a baby mama to a nigga that's a piece of shit. It's a lot of other stuff that come along with that. But we need to be celebrating these guys and protecting them from the whores because they deserve a more quality type of woman that's more aligned with the direction that they're going.
You're assuming
and
that
how
they're
and
whores,
how
though.
they dedicated their life.
I agree
You're
with you, but
assuming that they're
Did y'all,
whores.
did y'all see the latest
I agree
Tyler
with you,
Perry
but
movie?
I think the nerd term is also the non-street guys, like you said, but you got to think about it. They also call streamers nerds. That same thing. They're not taking like the pencil in the pocket type of guy, but they're still non-street. The streamers are taking over that too. Women call the streamer guys nerds.
Listen. There's different types of nerds.
Right.
When you're referring to it figuratively, when they say marry the nerd, they saying marry the good guy. All right. And then you got the other type of nerds, that's the Dungeons and Dragons type of guys. You know what I'm saying?
And the non-street guy.
But it don't mean that those guys won't be successful also, because every guy that we refer to as a nerd is not necessarily going to be successful. But when they say marry the nerd, they're talking about the safe guy that they know they can depend on, that after they get done hoeing it out and they go through their whole phase, he's going to be the guy that's going to be the safest pick, that's going to pick up the pieces, that's going to make sure that she's taken care of, and he's going to have a good career, and they can depend on him not to fuck around after the end of it.
So it's not predatory when it's the other way around, when men are looking for good women.
No,
it's not predatory. It's not predatory
how did
for
this
a
become
woman.
about y'all?
Well, a man after he finishes, doing his whole phase in college, then he wants to marry a good woman. It's not predatory that way.
Can we address one thing first?
According to them, no.
Because I see y'all just tried to skip over the whole predatory women, right? So the question is on the table before we even get to that part is, are women that are looking to marry the nerd predatory?
Yes.
No.
The answer is yes. Actually, y'all,
I don't think so.
You have to admit it. Don't take the word
predatory
offensively, or don't take the word predatory as if it's a bad thing. We're all predators to something, to some degree, and we're all prey to something. It is predatory to look at somebody with a pre-motive or a motive to say, I'm going to get something out of this. You have a plan. You are planning it. You're executing it. That is predatory because you have your eyes set to do something to somebody. It can be looked at, you're doing it to them or you're trying to get a benefit from it. But it's no different from when a man is older and now he says he wants to get a young woman because she got a better womb or because she's more obedient.
Can we hold on.
Okay.
Can we give me a second? We're definitely, we can mine this out however y'all want to. Is it possible for women to stay on one track to answer a question without making it about themselves?
Yeah.
I'm genuinely curious. Is it possible for women to not try to become a victim when they're the predator?
It
started off that way too.
Yeah, I can go. I'll go, Anton.
We are predatory. That's
when it comes to women looking to marry the nerds. I believe it becomes predatory whenever it's the females that have been out there bad and really just getting humped by everything and doing that whole serial monogamy type stuff. And then they're like, oh yeah, let me go get a nerd. I'm ready to, go settle down. And I know he'll take me because I'm bad type stuff. Like the ones that know that they're just bad. That would be more predatory than if it was like women that had just got messed over or whatever by certain guys, and then they're like, you know what, let me look at the gamer, let me give the gamer a chance, let me give the anime person a chance or whatever, let me see what that life is about. I don't think that's predatory, but they have they have women out there that are not even doing anything with anybody, and they're getting nerds, you know, as well. Like, you know.
Let me ask y'all a question. How do y'all know what y'all qualify for?
Oh,
Like how do you
Okay.
know if you're a good person or a good woman that qualifies for a good man?
Oh, I do think a lot of women give themselves more props than what they typically are. But I think a way to assess yourself as a woman is I think you can look at it from her characteristics and her outer appearance, looking at how you look, being realistic about that, how you carry yourself, if you are feminine or lean more masculine.
What about your past? Does that count?
To an extent, yes.
To an extent.
When you say past, could you be more? Give me more detail. You mean a woman who has slept around a lot, or a woman who has had a backtrack?
Whatever you've done, does your past qualify you, or does your past matter when it comes to qualifying you for a good
I
man?
think it depends what it is. I don't think there's a straight answer across the board, but yes to an extent, no to an extent. I think it could vary depending on what it is.
We can
Give me
do
a
all of the
scenario.
superficial stuff. We can do how you look, like you was just explaining. We can do all of those little dumb shit.
Give me an example.
But how you lived your life and the decisions that you made prior to coming into my life, that's malleable. We can figure that out.
Because Anton, a woman who has struggled financially is different than a woman who has slept around. I wouldn't equate them on the same thing.
Well, if you struggle financially, then that means that you don't make good financial decisions.
That's not, life happens.
Not for the person that's intentional. So if he's intentional about not letting life happen to him, but he's deciding to make sure that he makes a life for himself, that means that y'all don't qualify. You're not equally yoked with him because life is happening to you and he's determining how life is going to play out for him.
So if you get laid off from your job and that leads to you struggling financially for a little bit, that disqualifies you from finding a decent man?
Well, that depends, because I need to know what your debt load look like. If you've made a bunch of bad decisions as far as student loans and you went into a degree program, that means that you don't make good decisions in your life. So why do you then qualify for a person that's financially in a good space? In the same way that you would not talk to a broke man. If you look at a broke man,
women talk to broke men all the time.
Nope. If you look at a man that's broke, you're going to say you probably need to get your life together and get your money up and move out of your mama's basement before you qualify for me, because I'm a bad bitch.
I disagree.
I'm a bad bitch, and I'm used to niggas that spend it. So
I disagree.
And so you would talk to a nigga that's in his mama's basement?
Not in his mama's basement, but he might.
Why
That's
not?
what we're talking about, though. We're talking about mama's basement.
Why
You
should I
said
take
broke
you
in
with your
mama's
bad
basement.
decisions?
A broke man isn't always in his mama's basement.
Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Okay, tell me again.
Hypothetical.
You're justifying why it's okay for thee but not for me. You're not holding women to the standard of what qualifying themselves look like for a good man. And when it comes to being accountable, you're saying, well, it depends because life happens. But when life happens to a man, you say, well, get your life together before you decide to bring me into your space.
That ain't always.
So why do you qualify when life kicked your ass for a person whose life is going well?
Do you know how many women entertain broke men? And when I say broke, I don't want to put a negative connotation with it, because there are a lot of men who may not be where they are financially. I don't think that where he is financially automatically disqualifies him from being a good husband or a good partner. Depending on what
women don't judge men based off of their ability to provide and protect, because I've always thought that was the number one thing that women look for.
But I feel like women are a little bit flexible.
So Daily, you agree then, right? So that means you're going to judge me on my ability to protect you, which protection is financial also.
I guess we'll have to agree to disagree. And
that's you don't. You don't disagree. You don't want to admit that you're wrong.
No, it's all subjective, Anton.
It's not subjective. It's very much black and white. I just painted the picture for you.
It's not, and that's okay. We're at an impasse. We can agree to disagree. I'm okay with that. You're being combative with me.
Jess. You wouldn't you wouldn't even respect me as a man. You and me, Jess and Anton Daniels from AntonDaniels.com.
Okay.
You would not even have the same regard or respect. Mimi wouldn't say Lord Anton if I was a broke nigga with no panel, no motion, no opportunity, no nothing. The reason why I'm him is because I prove it in real life and I got motion. And the reason why women respect me and people respect me is because of what I've done, not what you think I can do. Potential don't mean shit.
But there are a lot of women.
No. Am I wrong?
I think you are wrong.
So you would respect me in the same way if I didn't have shit and I was broken. I ain't had no motion, no opportunity.
Yes, you're a decent human being. Yes, I would respect you as such.
All right, cool. So
for real, seriously, I'm
for
not
the
even
people
joking.
That's on the
You
panel
deserve
right
respect
now.
regardless.
No, hold on. For the people that's on the panel right now, are y'all and this let's be for real. Hold me accountable. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I would still respect.
Are y'all aligned with what Jess is saying right now, or are you aligning with what I'm saying right now?
I definitely wouldn't call you Lord Anton if you was a broke ass.
Period.
Wait a minute, Anton. Is she saying that she's not going to respect you at all, or is she saying that she wouldn't even be bothered to try to be a part of a panel just because it's your show? I think you was still.
Y'all know exactly what this man is saying, and she just don't want to say it. She wants
to because my perspective is I'm not trying to be combative. My perspective
value
is genuinely
to the
different.
World is based off of what I produce, not how you see me.
I disagree. I do think that a man can be.
Then how come y'all don't want to talk to a regular nigga then?
What do you mean by regular? This is all subjective.
If
so a regular guy on the street.
Your respect is universal, how come you don't talk to regular guys based off of love, but all of these other things have to qualify him in order to be in your life?
Are you talking like when you say talk, are you mean in a romantic sense or just talking to them in general?
Well, I know for a fact that a broke nigga can hit it, but the pussy dry up the longer that you with him.
Would you date a good man that making $50,000 a year, Jess?
No.
Yeah, I would.
No, he can hit. Let's be clear.
A good man,
niggas that ain't got money can hit.
I would prefer a good man all through and through.
But the box seems to dry up the longer that she spends time with him when he don't have no resources.
Listen, they're not even looking in the right areas for the good man to even know if the man is good. If they were looking in the right area as females and women, they would already be locked down. Period.
That's right, because we're not supposed to date. We're supposed to get to know.
That's crazy how y'all make a whole lot of assumptions on this panel because people don't put their business out there. That is crazy.
I'm a gamer. They out the door. As soon as the man says, "Hey, I like watching anime. I'm into comics. I love Marvel," they out the door. So they would not even be able to even address what a good man would be for them to say, "Oh yeah, I would definitely be with that good man."
Look at
for me, I'm gonna just say for me,
y'all, I don't even think that there's a universal.
Not willing to take.
There's not even a universal understanding or agreement of what a good man is.
Yeah.
A good man is based off of his ability to produce. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is.
And they don't like the other stuff that comes with him that he likes to do. They don't like that other stuff.
And most men don't even reach their financial peak until you get older anyway. So does that mean you don't? Because if women didn't date for potential, a lot of y'all wouldn't be married or in relationships now. Let's keep it a bit.
Women don't date off of potential.
That's the first thing that comes out, financial peak. We can't even address what does a good man look like.
That's going to look different for everybody, Kamaya.
Financial peak.
A definition of a good man don't look the same for me. It might not look the same for you and me.
Out here that builds up with their wife. Well, as soon as they find a good woman, that's where they build and they're able to reach. But the woman is not willing enough to even just be there.
As a woman who's willing, y'all told me I'm not. I just said as a woman I am, and y'all just told me I'm not.
Hold on. Let's back up for a minute. Real ones, and I'm gonna keep it 100. Real ones. I don't even want you to evaluate me based off of potential. I'm already winning. So I don't need you to look at me for potential. So we can throw that part out of the window, right? It's not even about potential at this point. The fact of the matter is we just want to understand the nature of women. And the fact that y'all not even really willing to be real about this is crazy to me. It's insane to me. Y'all don't want no nigga that's based off of potential. You want a ready-made dude that for some reason he decided that he want to love your drawers off and he worships you, even though you don't deserve it. And that's just the reality of it. And
But
so
Anton,
the real question that we asking ourselves is, and I'm gonna go back to the original conversation, are you a predator for wanting a man that's a good guy? Not you specifically, but are women predatory for wanting to marry the quote unquote nerd when they know that they haven't lived the life to qualify themselves for it?
well, Anton, I want to give you an example because I can only go. I don't know you. I haven't met you in person, but I can only go based off of what you have divulged to the internet.
A
And
lot of
you
people
talk
have.
about
It's
you
great.
talk.
I'm
Hear me
awesome.
out. Hear me out. You talk about your lived experience, how you went broke and da 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 da, how you got back on your feet, how you did X, Y, and Z. Where you are today wasn't always where you were. So the point that I'm making is apparently your wife saw something in you that said, you know what, I'm gonna stick with you because I see something in you, and y'all were able to succeed. So y'all keep saying don't go with potential, but
What are you
if
talking
that was the
about? Listen,
case,
hold on. Let me be clear. And I've said this too. When I was 19 years old, I was making $120,000 a year. In 2001, I was getting to the bag. In
that wasn't
2000,
always the case, though,
wait. Let's be
Anton.
clear. Going broke was a temporary speed bump and a phenomenal life. Let's be very, very clear. Like I was getting to it before I lost it all.
I just said a woman who got laid off.
My work ethic never, even when I went broke, my work ethic never changed. It was only a matter of time before I got it back.
But you said a woman who got laid off wouldn't qualify, right?
No,
Are those
she
situations
doesn't.
not
But what did I add? But what did I add as the context? I said, what is this financial decisions that she made prior to getting laid off? Did she have a bunch of student loans or she got a bunch of debt? You skipped over that part. Why you ain't addressed that part?
Honestly, it just didn't cross my mind.
I
I'll
bet
be
it
honest
did.
with you. I didn't intentionally skip
I
it.
bet it didn't. I bet it never
I'm
does.
saying this to say at some point, at some point somebody saw some potential to say, you know what, I'm gonna stick this out.
I would like to see more guys that are the good guys. Like I'm not gonna be unrealistic. See, unlike the women that's on this panel, I'm objective. And so I know that it's a bunch of us that's a piece of shit that's running around out here, right? It's good guys and it's bad guys. It's good girls and it's bad girls. And the thing that I never hear from most of the women on these panels is the identification of what the bad girls look like. For some reason, they all think that they qualify. And so I would like to see the good guys win at the highest level. If you are a dude that took care of your business, that's on top of things, you're relatively a good person, I think you deserve the world. And I think that you should have a woman on your side that's a reflection of it. I'm tired of seeing y'all niggas dig into the mud and think that you supposed to deal with the piece of shit that been through something, that then think that she qualifies for you when she should remove herself from your view so that you can see the woman that you're supposed to be with. You deserve a great guy. If you are a guy that took care of your business, did what you're supposed to do, never got in no trouble, relatively spiritual, and you know you're supposed to be at this level, you deserve a woman that's more closely aligned with the direction that you're going. And I'm tired of y'all niggas making sacrifices to be with these piece of shit women. I think that y'all, the good guys, should be with the good girls. And that's just where I stand on it. I don't think that all of y'all qualify for being with a good nigga just because you've been through some shit. I don't give a fuck about your learned lessons. I agree. I think that you should try to reform the piece of shit nigga that you was with before you seen this good guy. Leave that nigga alone. Y'all predators. Y'all fucking predators. Women are predators in the worst way. And all of them, regardless of where they are in life, you could be skinny, fat, dumb, smart, debt, no debt. Y'all all think y'all deserve Idris Elba. All of them look at Idris Elba like he gonna pick y'all.
But you know what though, Anton?
No, pick that piece of shit nigga that you was just rocking with. You're not different just because y'all got a BBL. You the same bitch. You the
it
same
be working
fucking
out for
one.
those women though.
You never did no character development. Still can't fucking read. You know what I'm saying? We talk about gas. A lot of these women can't even read.
You said women?
And
a
then
lot of women can't read. I'm gonna start selecting you niggas to do super chats.
And that's why they can't figure out who they like and who they don't like.
I think it was Sister Rashad Ali. I think that's her name. She said they don't grow past 14. Their mindsets.
And this is the thing that people usually do. They try to. I've never had a problem. Never had a problem with a woman in my entire life. Not one woman has ever. I've never had an issue. Never had no trauma. Never had a mama issue. Never had a grandma issue. Women project because they can't be accountable for the thing that I said. You can't debate the point, so they'll say some dumb shit like, "Oh, you have past trauma, or you must be, men are gay." They say dumb shit. No, we just know you the bitch. You the bitch that I'm talking about. And let's be clear, all women ain't bitches, but we know what they look like. I'm putting together a new program, vetting for the good guys. I want to make sure that you niggas win. I want to sort through and help y'all niggas not to get finessed by the women that's trying to take advantage of y'all.
But you've been doing that already.
I know, but we're going to do it more intentional this time.
It's like, can I tell you a story? Like when I was younger, and I was going through a bunch of different things where, being the good guy, it doesn't work, right? But then when you Kevin Samuels, even Myron Gaines, all of you guys have a different aspect of, well, I don't want to say red pill because it's looked at as bad, but the manosphere, it teaches you how to overcome all these things, all the things that we're talking about right now. It teaches you how to overcome that.
Saying who hurt you, AD? I'm the herder.
The herder.
I'm the punisher. I'm the punisher. What are you talking about? I'm the punisher. I'm the punisher. I'm gonna let you figure that out. This is what it is. I'm not, bro.
Is that a bad thing though for women to be a predator to a man? I mean, we only supposed to want you when you have something to offer anyway. Even back in the day, a man wouldn't sell you his daughter or give his daughter over to you unless you had 40 acres and a mule. So why does it matter?
Y'all have no clue. Y'all wasn't around at that time.
I'm just saying, like, it does, like, who cares? Like, yes, it's predatory. Nobody's gonna die. So what? It's the same thing when a man wants to get with a young tenderoni.
Yeah, but those same daughters was fucking virgins. They wasn't pieces of shit. That's the difference. Yeah. Those daughters that were going to the best guy and the prince or whatever, they weren't whores. I don't know why we got that disconnected. What I don't even think
I'm not speaking.
I don't think that y'all know. I don't think that y'all got friends that are good girls.
It speaks to what the woman wants from the man. And
I don't think that y'all have friends that are good girls. I think that every woman that most of y'all have in y'all friend group and all across the board are tired as fuck, overly tired. I don't think y'all know any good girls no more. If I asked you, hey man, hook me up with one of your homegirls that's a good girl, you wouldn't know one.
That's tough.
You wouldn't know one. I don't think that y'all know one.
That's fucking tough.
I mean, there are a lot of women who are not good candidates to be girlfriends.
Do you know any? Or you know any good girls?
Good women.
Don't lie.
No, I do.
I do.
Mother's Day.
I know they're married.
All good women, married women, women who are mothers, women that have nonprofits, women who are starting their own business. We were actually.
Do you know any? Okay, let me be very specific. Do you know any single good women?
Single good women? Remember, good is subjective.
Why do I hear an echo? Why do people repeat it?
Yes,
I wasn't clear when I just asked. Do you know any? You know a single good woman? Single good woman?
Yes.
How old is she?
Say it again.
How old is she?
Women I know are either late.
No, the good ones. The good ones.
A good single one? 31.
You know, a good 31-year-old single good woman
should be married.
Yes.
And
but why don't you ask me why I think she's good? Because good is subjective for us all.
Oh, now it's subjective. Why did
Why
did you say she was good if it's now subjective?
Because what
I know good guys that's not objectively good guys. I know good guys, just straight up good dudes, church dudes that don't fuck around, ain't got no involved in no bullshit. It's some straight up good guys.
Because good speaks to what you can say they have done, not necessarily who they are. People can do good things, but it doesn't make them a good person. And people can say you're only a good person because you do good things. So I can tell you the good things that she has done, but you may not equate that to what is a representative of a good person.
The word says that you'll know them by their fruit. So does her past actions dictate that she's a good woman? What makes her a good woman?
Absolutely. Well, she has a strong family foundation and friendships.
Not her family, her.
Her friend group. She's respected by a lot of people. She's respected at work, and she is the go-to person when you need something.
What makes her a good person though? You keep talking about the people that surround her.
She is
what makes her a good person?
She is trustworthy. She is confident. She is mature. She is a mirror.
I don't think that's where you're getting at, Dalen.
I know niggas that rob people that's confident.
Yeah, but that ain't that ain't.
But I know, but that's
feminine.
like
If she's coachable, if she's teachable.
Does she get back to the homeless? Like, what makes her a good person? I just
Right,
would like to know what y'all criteria.
So she did start a nonprofit mentorship program.
I don't make you a good woman.
Doesn't make you a good person, man.
What Jess said is exactly what we're looking for.
That's what I just spoke to. Like, what I think makes a good person, you may not think makes a good person. You may say, "Oh, I know somebody who saved somebody from a burning."
Hold on, Dalen. Forget the noise. Just give me some insight. What makes her a good person?
I just told you.
Go ahead, I'm listening. I want to get the whole rundown.
She's trustworthy. She's respected in the community. She is a what can I say? Well, when you can trust someone, that's a good thing. When she's a good judge of character, she's super intelligent.
Are you lying?
No, I'm not lying. I mean,
honestly, I don't hear any this is what makes you a good person characteristics.
Why not? I mean, what makes you a good person? Because you employ people. So what? There's a lot of bad people.
That definitely helps.
Unreciprocated.
That definitely helps.
Earlier, like what I think is a good person, you may not equate to that because Robert may say something.
You didn't say anything. You didn't
yes,
say
I
anything
did.
that was.
Being a trustworthy person, it can make you qualified to be a good person. Being someone that can hold water, being someone that someone can rely on when you need something. Hell, even when you don't need
she
something.
Don't actually have any real fruit. Like she don't have any tangible results, right?
Oh, you looking for me to tell you like somebody that's rich and well known? No, we're regular people.
I didn't say anything about money. I didn't say. See again. I said nothing. I said nothing about money whatsoever.
But why am I? What is what I'm giving you not good enough though?
What?
So Anton,
you should ask her the opposite.
Would this be kind of along the lines of what you're talking about, like unreciprocated kindness?
Yeah, I know a young guy, right?
Reliability.
I know a young guy that just graduated. Well, he didn't graduate yet. He's on his way to graduation from college, and he's still a virgin. And this is real. Like he's still a virgin. He's a really, really helpful person in that. He goes and he volunteers, and this is the honest to God truth. He goes and he volunteers, and it may be a reflection of his family and his parents and what they set the standard is. But as an adult, he's carried on these same characteristics. He goes and he does volunteer work on a regular basis when he can, right? When he's off of school and he's back home with his family, he's always doing work. He's dedicated to the church. He's given his life over to God. He's saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. He don't have any hoes. He's 100% not even entertaining anybody that wouldn't even present themselves as a wife. Like objectively, he's a good person, so much so to where we as his community try to keep an eye on him and protect him from the world. And we know we can't because he has to go out and hit his head, you know what I'm saying, in order to so we try to make sure that he's, evolving in a controlled environment. But in real life, objectively, he's a genuinely good person. So much so to where he's one of them type of people to where it's like, oh, he's most likely to succeed type of people. Real talk.
You probably got to rephrase the question.
I don't think that's a fair assessment because being a good person is dependent on how that person makes you feel and how you introduce that person. It is because who's to say that everything that you just said could be true, but he also has a record for manslaughter. So somebody could say, well, they do all these good things right now.
I think that would have come up.
He doesn't have a record at all.
hear me out. I know you're bringing that up, but just like when I gave my reasons for why I know my friend's a good person, you brought up somebody that you knew, but yours, I guess the way you describe them is supposed to be accepted, but what I said has to be rejected. But we don't know
because you didn't say anything meaningful. You just said, "Oh, they're trustworthy."
That
All of that.
Dalen, let me try to communicate with you. I was single mother raised. I might be able to.
I don't think
communicate
so.
with you better.
Listen, Dalen. Let's be real. We know the good people and the bad people. Like we know these people in real life.
Defined by what?
Okay, you're right. Can you tell the difference? Okay, if two guys are sitting in front of you and you can look at his life circumstances and you look at his life circumstances, look at how he lived his life and how he's lived his life. Can you look at both of them and say, okay, this one is husband material and this nigga is for the streets?
I think so. I think that's a fair assessment. Sure.
So what are we talking about? What do you mean based off of what? We know just in general, that person is good. This person is a piece of shit.
But you're saying that these things that make you a good person is valid, but these things that make you a good person is not valid. You're invalidating how I'm telling you I know somebody's a good person. But so what you're telling us some good stuff someone does. That doesn't mean we're going to believe that they're a good person.
It's not. It doesn't mean. Listen, I'm not looking for you. We don't know these people. Like whoever you describe, I'm not gonna know them, and who I described, you're not gonna know them. So it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. I'm showing you the difference between the mindset of a woman that can that thinks that another woman. I know women that have slept around. Man, they slept around everybody then fuck, right? Their friend will say, but she's a good person.
Well, that's because you think
that's because now my homeboy, I got a homie, you know what I'm saying? I don't hang with him, but I know him. We know that that's Dirty Dick Rodney. No nigga's gonna walk around and say, yeah, man, I would hook him up with my sister. Nobody. Like we're realistic. We know who we are. Guys know who they are, but women for some reason think that all of them are good, regardless of what decisions that they make in their life.
Look at
what's preventing her from being.
What did Stephon Diggs' teammates say? What did Stephon Diggs' teammates say about him?
They would never let this nigga talk to their
give us a female version of that.
I was just about that. So what's preventing her from being a bad woman or a hoe?
But that's not
look how many women would still champion Megan. Look how many women would champion Megan Thee Stallion after we know the history.
Oh, but see, what y'all doing is using women's sexual history to represent their character. That's not what
represent.
It does represent
matter though.
How does that not represent your character?
That does matter.
Just say if somebody
is a good judgment.
You said a lot.
Hold on, Dalen. Hold on, stop. Real quick. Because
first of all, I ain't gonna stop nothing. I never
But Dalen, a woman's sexual past matters.
I'm saying stop.
I didn't say that it didn't. I'm saying how does it equate or how is it a reflection of good or bad?
Because it's your character, just like it's your character.
You literally will not get with a man if you think that he's a hoe.
The most intimate thing that you can do, you have to lay down, open up your legs, and let a person insert you. And the history behind that is not a good determining factor for whether or not you're a good or a bad person. Whether you even got good judgment or not.
You won't get with a man if you think he's a hoe. If you think a man is a hoe and he slept around, y'all be like, that's community dick.
Or he on the down low.
They sign up.
Y'all talking about what a woman date them. Y'all are equating a person's sexual behavior with whether or not they can be trusted in the world as a good person. A slut can feed the homeless. A whore can walk the blind.
Don't make her a good person.
Megan Thee Stallion was lying to cops.
Good person.
And that's people may say she's a bad person for that cue, but you see how people would say she's a good person because she donated money to a school. It's subjective to us all. What you may think is good, people don't give a fuck about.
It's subjective.
It's not subjective because all you got to do is put what you just said and apply that to a man. And you tell me if that man is still a good person, if you know that he done played Jess He done played you. He done played Mimi.
Now I get
You
it.
can still be a good man and do those
Y'all
things.
like,
You
no,
saying
that's
play.
not
You're not saying sex.
That's
You're
not
not saying.
Y'all
You're
was
not
saying that he's
saying.
not a
You're
good
not
man.
saying having sex, Carmine. You're saying play. Play is a specific action that you do.
How does a woman get played?
Playing has to do with lying. That
No,
based on your
exactly. Just
character.
because you sleep with a lot of women doesn't mean you have to play them. You can be
Let
telling
me
people
be
straight up what it
specific
is.
because let me be specific because Dalen wants to act like she doesn't understand how.
No, you need to be precise in how you're communicating your
You
words
want to
because
act
they
like you
matter.
don't understand
So
Ebonics.
you don't know how to. You don't know how to talk.
Let
That's
me
what
clear
that
it up.
is.
Let's
You
clear
said
up the
no,
Ebonics.
but
I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna remove it. Don't worry, sweetheart. I'm gonna remove it.
I know you know I'm a sweetheart, but make sure you get your question out properly.
Sweetheart, that is
Now,
crazy.
sweetheart. Now that goes around the same terms as female, ma'am.
Yeah, I ain't like that,
Right, we
sweetheart.
can't be
Call me no sweetheart.
Yeah, don't call me
Hold
no
on.
sweetheart.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, sweetheart, what the hell?
Nah, it was
Let's
contextual. She was like,
Let's wait.
sweetheart,
Hold on, 'cause
nah.
I'm still trying
Now,
to.
if she would call her the B word, would y'all be mad too?
Yeah.
When I'm referring to Dalen, when I said being played, I'm referring to a man sleeping with you and you thinking you're the only one and gonna sleep with Jess and then thinking she the only one and then sleeping with Mimi and thinking she the only one and y'all are
sleeping with Carmaya.
Are thinking y'all are the only ones and
You said everybody but you.
And then we have a huddle and figure out, oh man, I thought this man was a good man. This man is not a good man because he has slept with me, Mimi, you.
I thought we didn't judge men by how many women they slept with. Though.
No. I
Because
wasn't gonna push that. I don't think that matters.
I'm a rebuttal now.
Hold on.
But
Y'all,
you already
you would not claim that man if he was he was somebody that slept around as a good man. Y'all would not claim him that. There are people literally on the internet thinking that people are out here cheating on their wives just because and thinking that they got a whole big old thing going on and they're calling this person a bad person simply because of that. Because of people because people like to say, hey, sexuality, when you throwing that all around like a pack of meat, you are no longer a good person or a person of good character. So yes, it plays a big part in someone's character because you're loosey goosey with your coochie coochie. Okay, you can't do that.
Okay, I'm gonna get some pushback because you spoke to when a man lies to Jess, to you, to me, to Q, even lies to Rob down there because he swing that way too, maybe. So you're speaking to somebody's actions and deliberately and intentionally being dishonest. Just because you sleeping around doesn't mean you have to be mischievous about it. It doesn't mean you have to be dishonest or a liar about it. So many men will let you know, hey, I ain't looking for a relationship right now. And they still gonna wrap their lips around that scrotum. So please miss me with the idea that because of
what just happened?
Yeah, I'm not gonna miss you with that because
what just happened?
These women be still having their lips wrapped around their scrotum and having penis stuck at the back of their uvula. So it doesn't matter. Men don't need to lie to do that. You're strictly speaking to somebody choosing to be a bad person to defend their actions. It's not the same thing as a woman being kind enough to fuck a man because y'all have to have permission. I'm tired of talking bad about hoes. I'm tired of it.
And look, and here we go again.
You said you're tired of talking bad about the hoes?
Wait, why?
I'm tired of talking about hoes as if the community does not love hoes.
No,
every time I walk outside.
What does that have to do with the good people?
A respectful woman is a respectful woman.
Y'all really not
woman not gonna
understand?
lay down with a dude.
Hoes are messing up the culture.
A respectful woman is not gonna lay down with D. A respectful woman not gonna lay down with Stefan D.
No. Listen. I'm not saying that
bust down.
One
I'm
mic,
not
y'all.
saying that anything is.
One mic.
There's nothing wrong with the hoes. There's something wrong with the hoes that want to mess up the good guys. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, that's a fair statement.
The hoes that want more.
I don't know why this is such a difficult thing to like. If a guy, and that's why we said it's predatory. If a guy is a good guy, why you want to fuck up his life? It's that simple.
That's a
hoes don't have no morals. That's why.
Men love hoes and they get wiped every day.
Leave that nigga alone and let him do his thing.
Hoes get wiped every
They
day.
don't want to agree. But you was just saying it's okay for a woman to sleep around and still be considered a good person.
She didn't say that.
The hoe is.
Jalen didn't say that.
I said that just because you like to fuck, excuse my language, I really hate to talk like that, but just because you like to screw does not mean that you cannot go out into the world and not be trusted as a citizen in your own community. It does not mean that you are, it does not mean that you are incapable of performing acts of good service. It does not mean that you cannot still wake up like my 31-year-old friend who is a registered nurse who works in, I forgot what floor it is, but exposes herself to all type of diseases every day. That makes her a good person because none of y'all would do that.
I mean, you're doing your job.
Yeah, it means you're doing a job. That has
to make you a good person just because you get paid to do something.
About nurses, be quiet.
People that do their job every day, that don't mean that they're a good person.
Than any of y'all. We wake up every day to determine that somebody else's safety, somebody else's quality of life comes before yours. You expose yourself to all types of
now she's trying to qualify her based off of the job that she get paid to do.
That ain't got nothing to do with her character.
Nurses aren't like that.
For that.
Wait a minute, Anton. What's stopping me?
Nurses aren't like that. I'm in that field.
Now all of a sudden she a good person because she got a job.
Not get paid.
You get paid, don't you?
You have to get paid from your job, but you choose your career. What's stopping me? Hold on, Bantu. Not wait a minute. What's stopping me from being the OnlyFans and making more money, but choosing to be a nurse and risking my health to make sure people like you are healthy? No, you're missing it, boo boo. You came in the gate trying to reach somebody.
Has nothing to do with your character. If they stop paying y'all, would y'all still do that? Would y'all still be doing that? If nobody paid y'all for it.
I'm in healthcare. I know that ain't true.
Yeah, I'm in that field. Nurses are not like that. Nurses would be
I'm
out.
going to answer your question.
Y'all do one
Any job that you choose to work has to pay you. It's the choice of career. There are women that choose. Be quiet. Be quiet.
You're not answering my question.
Your question.
No, you're not. I said yes or
you're
no.
You're not shutting your mouth.
Yes or no.
I'm telling you. I'm answering your question. If you work a job, the job has to pay you. And yes, if they stop paying you, you're definitely gonna get to the point where you're no longer going to provide services because you need to live. The point of the matter is that you choose the line of work. People choose to be nurses. They send themselves through 4 years of college to make sure people like you can make it back home to your families when y'all smoke yourself to death, when y'all eating all that high sodium food and you can't breathe and you're laying up in the hospital.
So this is why this is why the job has nothing to do with your character, because you would stop doing it once you are no longer benefiting. That has nothing to do with your character.
No, it's the initial point of choosing the line of the career.
You're not listening.
No, you're not listening. You have to choose your line of career.
I let you talk the whole time. Your character is what happens whenever you're not benefiting from anything else and you're going to still do this anyway. You wake up and you're going to do this regardless. If someone says thank you, hold on. Or regardless if someone says thank you, I appreciate you, if you get any kind of benefit out of it, you're going to still do this regardless if it's removed at all. So a job as a nurse has nothing to do with your character, because as soon as the money stops, you're not going to do it anymore. You're going to stop. That shows that has nothing to do with your character. If you're not caring for people just because and not getting a damn dime out of it, then this
okay, now I'm gonna stop you, because what you're trying to paint it as is if I miss a check, I'm gonna leave my patients for dead. And boo, that's not what I said. What I said was at a certain point, it's gonna get to where we need to have conversations. You can shake your head because you're trying to put the rhetoric out that I said I would immediately abandon my career, my line of work, what I love to do, because I'm not cutting the check.
Wait. What did this have to do with you?
No, I'm gonna correct her motherfucking ass. Because
No, hold on. I got a question.
You ain't correcting shit. You sound
Listen, I never said I would abandon a patient. I said
when did this become about you? I thought that you
don't let Carmaya get you,
about a conversation. No, Daddy, Anton, you're not about to. No, you're not shutting me down. because she's
Ain't
not about
nobody
to
shutting you down. I'm trying to
because
figure out. I thought you were saying that your friend was a nurse.
Yeah, they saying you.
I don't like
Now you saying it's you.
Yeah,
on my background, on my licensures right now. What I'm speaking to is that people that choose the career line of nursing make a decision to say, you know what, if I work here, if I work there, I'm exposing myself to all type of stuff. And not only that, I'm choosing to ensure that somebody I don't know, somebody that may not like me, somebody that may be racist. That's my mentality. I don't care
Is
what.
this about you or is this about your friend? Because you was using your friend as an
It's the same
example.
thing. I'm using the background in the field of nursing. That specifically choosing that line of work can speak to somebody's character to say, you know what, my line of work every day requires me to risk my health, to put somebody else before myself. I look at police officers the same way. Because you're a police officer, I think that's a good thing, but it don't make you a good person. But it's a good act to wake up every day and put your life on the line for people that can end up murdering you. So I'm going to correct Carmaya and let it be known that if I went 3 months without getting paid, but I had patients that depended on me to come to work to make sure that they have the best quality of life, that's what the fuck I'm going to do. I'm not going to say, oh, Memorial forgot to cut my check, so fuck my patients. I would never do that. So you check yourself before you think you checking me about saying I would abandon people in need, because Daylin motherfucking Daniels would never do that, including you. I would do everything in my power.
I never said that. You can rewind it. You can go ahead and put this on the TV and rewind it. I never said that.
So you think police officers going to work and ain't getting the pay? You think police officers?
Don't let her get you, Dalen. She throw the rock and run. It's okay. Don't let her get you.
Dalen, you think police
Hold on,
officers?
hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
I'm talking about character.
Wait, y'all.
We got to get to the next.
Yeah, we gotta go to the next.
We got one last subject that we got to get to.
This ain't getting nowhere. Let me go to the super chats, y'all. Check in. Bids online is I'm a male, you're a female. Everything else is fake. Smokies Paranon says, can't believe the stupidity displayed tonight. Mark Pyre's tax coaches, men will marry the 6 yet cheat with the 8 and 10.
Facts.
Mr. Lowkey 864L says, just because you're not a street dude doesn't mean you're necessarily a nerd. Square is maybe the term y'all referring to. I know plenty dudes that out of the way, not in the streets. That's poppin'-ish. Will W86 says women don't need protection. They got the courts. Zero Fallout 1 says women are the true predators. Look at food calls and the X industry. Men getting got every day. Meanwhile, they cry about what the minority of men do. Saquon_42 says, I love watching these toxic conversations where the females just yap away. Shout out to all the lovely females. Modern_talk25 says, just care about looks more than money. C-Keys-Q7G says, yo, Anton and Q, is that DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club? Oh, wait, hold up. That's Robert Savage. My bad, dog. J Pity City says, I like all that stuff. Video games, wrestling, etc. had no issues with women. A lot of the so-called nerds be having no hygiene. I've been to Comic-Cons. Saquon_42 says, Jess, I have $67.12 to my name because I spent all my money on super chats, but let me ride my mongoose to your city and take you on a picnic date. Shout out to your super chats. Nate,
you gonna let him take you on a picnic?
You gonna take a picnic?
You got $67 now.
It's a
Wait.
He a good man.
I thought that character mattered. I didn't think that mattered.
It's crazy because I didn't even answer the question.
Man.
I'm gonna go back and eat my popcorn.
He a nurse.
He's a good man, Savannah.
Right.
But he might got 20 grand in his savings. You never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Nate_Higger 808 says, I'm convinced Dalen was a room 9 kid growing up. Miss K P says, all good women married and out the way.
That's
Nate_Higger 808 says, so was Jesus a good person or is it subjective? Quinn, I'm not reading your super chat. Nate_Higger 808 says, Dalen the type to say Future and Offset are good men. Striking the Rich says, what makes you a good person? Because you employ people? Yeah, that right there was the real thing coming out there, Anton. Jazz 2.0. Striking it Rich says, pray a woman like Dalen finds your enemies. Nate_Higger 808 says, Dalen be on TikTok when she's supposed to be working, checking on patients. Now he gotta die because you want to make content.
Whatever. I don't even have a TikTok, you liar.
Shout out to y'all. We appreciate you, males and females in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button because it is free. Okay. And shout out to the Spurs. The refs cheated tonight, but we are going to go to the next topic. Oh, sorry. Click the wrong button. Let's watch this clip. Women are being decentered by men.
And a lot of women decenter men or want to decenter men because they've never been centered by men. We got to kill this narrative that just because we're women, we got men beating down our blocks. A lot of women are not being touched on and loved on and liked on by men the way that they're getting online and saying that a lot of women are walking down the street. They're not being hollered at. They're not being catcalled. Men aren't just rushing up to them trying to fuck with them and fuck on. A lot of women aren't experiencing that. A lot of women are living vicariously through other women, their friends, women that they see on social media. And then what they're doing is they're getting online and they're joining a conversation. Like, no, it's a lot more women online lying than it is women online telling the truth. A lot of these women don't get attention from men and they're angry about it. They're upset. So they get online and they spew male hate. They get online and they say, decenter men, decenter men. I be watching a lot of these women's videos and I can just tell by the way they present the video what the issue and all their relationships are, if they even get them. And 9 times out of 10, it really be you, bitch. You talk too goddamn much. You controlling as hell. You're mean as fuck. Like, a lot of y'all decenter men because you're simply not centered. You don't care about being chosen by a man because you know you won't be chosen. You don't care about being picked by a man because you know you won't be picked. And when you come across another woman who is chosen and picked and gets along with men, it pisses you off, and now that's your enemy. A lot of y'all really be telling yourselves, like, get the fuck out.
Okay. Women only say decenter men because they have no motion.
That is false. I've seen even the scraggiest muffins of women. It's the lid for every pot. Hell, even when I was 350 pounds, I ain't never had missed out on a man. So now whether or not that man wants to take you seriously to marriage, I think that's not the same thing. But as far as like access to men, hell, you could look like the bottom of a pinky toe, and it's gonna be some man trying to see if he can get some of that coochie.
Yeah, but I don't think that's. I think it's a difference between a man trying to screw you and a man trying to take you serious. A lot of these
right, that's
men,
what I said.
Yeah, but I think she's more talking about men that want to take you serious. The reason why women are decentering these men is because they're not getting the men that they want or like, or the men that they want are not giving them that attention that they want. They're getting the others. But because why hate on these men if you're getting what the results that you want? Like, there's no need.
If I agree with that, because decentering,
Yeah, I don't agree.
Speaking to don't make your life about a man and chasing man. Now, if you are hell bent on a specific type of man and he don't want you, you don't then respond by saying I'm gonna decenter them. You have to already be centering them. That I think people have it confused on how you should respond when nobody really wants you.
No,
I've never seen a woman. I've never seen a woman with emotion ever say decenter man ever.
These women nowadays want to be chased, and that's the problem. They're not getting
the only women that I ever see here say that is bitter women.
Yep.
Or either they getting out of a breakup or they got no motion at all.
Yep.
No motion.
Or they gay.
And no motion at all. I've never seen a woman that is adored, celebrated, wanted, say decenter men. It's always the bitter ones. Always.
On the internet, I've seen that, like, women will tell women decenter men so they can not feel lonely about also being undesired and not having a man, trying to trick women into saying decenter them is a code for saying don't pursue men anymore. Don't make yourself available and give up on relationships. And I don't agree with that. I don't think you should have a messed up, romantic life and then try to influence other women who may be having challenges to just tell them to give up so you don't feel like it's the me thing. Because women don't want to feel like, well, I'm the problem. So if other women are manless too, then we can just all blame it on the man. And I don't really think that's fair. So we should use the word decentering appropriately.
I'm curious.
What does that mean?
I want to say, isn't that that's such an overused word? Like, what does it even really mean to decenter a man? I mean,
not give them attention.
Right about a man, my man, my man, my man. Nothing else is going on. Everything is about a man. That's what that means. Like, if it's getting to the point where you can't function like a normal person because your decisions and how you move and who you are is depending on what a man thinks or how he feels, that's the problem. And I am the type of woman that will say to a chick,
that's a problem.
So it's
Crazy.
basically a
Why is that a
feminist
problem?
mindset, basically.
Yeah, why is that a
No, so
problem?
this is what dissenter means: to shift the focus, authority, or orientation away from a traditional or established center.
Can you
Traditional.
decenter men and still become what the man that you want?
I don't think so. Not if you're if you're a conservative and you're wanting conservative like values, you can't decenter a man if that's the case, right?
So do you see?
Yeah, how can you
Why-
catch the man
why-
that
Why
why
you
don't
were
you
trying
want
to
to
get?
center a man? I'm confused because
I don't understand why you would want to, unless
it's
you're like
God, your man, and then you in the Bible. So I'm
This is the
confused.
trap
You're not
of
equal
some
to a
feminism.
man.
alternative lifestyle type shit right there. Yeah.
Like, why
'cause-
shouldn't a man be your focus as a woman?
Exactly.
I'm just asking a question. Why
You said why should they or shouldn't they?
why shouldn't it be your
Yeah,
Yeah,
focus?
why shouldn't it
I
be
agree.
if you
I'm
want to end
sorry.
up marrying a certain type of guy?
What is it,
No,
guys?
They think
'cause
they
these women
think
want
they
to
could do it
focus
on their
on their
own.
girls, group chats, and brunches than a man.
Right.
Every
They've
girl I
been
know
convinced.
is willing to lead them fucking brunches, and when they get
For
the
a
man,
man,
that they
for they
want to be
man.
up under.
They
Not
need
me.
to leave, they
I'll
need to
do
leave the brunches before they get a man.
That's a representation of these centering men. If you're gonna leave your homegirls at the brunch just because you want to go home to your man, that can be, depending on how often you do that, that can be a reflection of you're centering your life around your man. You don't need
As
to
they
do that.
should.
And what's wrong with that?
Y'all about to say I'm not about to center my life around no
No,
females.
you center your
I'm
life
sorry, women.
No.
I don't necessarily think
man
decentering
is
men is a terrible thing, but I think decentering men because you have no motion, right? There's a lot of different reasons why women decenter men, and I'm gonna just name off a few, right? And I don't think these are bad reasons,
This should
right?
be interesting.
Wanting more peace and emotional stability. It could be focusing on your career, healing friendships. It could be burnout from a past of unhealthy relationships. It could be also realizing how you participated in those relationships and wanting to be better and grow before you get into another one. And then wanting to build more of your self-worth. So I don't necessarily think that decenter in men is always
All
in
of
a
this sounds
negative
good.
way. I don't, especially if like you're not even looking for a relationship or you're not looking for a man at that particular time. So I think when you say decenter men because you have no emotion, that's different than saying I'm decentering men right now because I've had a string of bad relationships and I need to focus on me and become a better woman. Those two are not the same thing.
But Jess, you're talking about a minority of women that want to go through that healing phase where these other women, they don't care to heal. They're ready to hop to the next penis and be like, you know what? I'm the prize. I'm everything. These men should be chasing me. Let me have Bob, Joe, Robert, and Jay on my roster and see who chases best.
But riddle me this though, Q. I'm sure you got homegirls, and I'm sure
I really don't have friends like that. So,
but do you have a few women that you consider close friends? Let me rephrase my question.
My family, or they're married.
Okay, cool. Right. So even some of the women on the panel, if you all have some girlfriends or some friends that you cool with, I'm sure you know people who have all went through heartbreak. From what I've seen, a lot of the women that I've seen don't just go hop on another penis.
But that's a minority of women. A lot of women do. They start going out.
But
They start
you didn't let me finish my point though. So if I got some girlfriends who focus on healing, you got some girlfriends who focused on healing, Mimi got some, Kamari got some, Deli got some girlfriends who focus on healing. Where's we getting this minority and majority from?
You don't see all this stuff on social media. These girls wilding out saying men ain't shit. We should be.
But that's the thing. You're basing your data solely based off of what you're visually seeing on social media. I don't think that's reliable.
I'm sorry.
That's not the truth.
What do you need healing from?
I'm with Wes, because Q, you do have a point. It is a lot, but it's not to the point where you can say one is greater than or less than. A lot of y'all do that.
Yeah.
Y'all come on panels and then
So
y'all
where are these STD rates coming from?
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, don't pivot yet.
Where are these STD rates and babies coming from? If y'all not having sex,
because the woman saying
What do y'all need healing from?
If you want to talk about the STD stats, I want to remind you that we only collect that data from people who are actually getting tested. If you have 100 women, and out of 100 women, only 50 of them are getting tested for STDs, and let's say 30 of them have tested positive, it's safe to say that 50% of women are getting STDs. But if you test those other 50 women and none of them test positive, those results are going to change. So now your term of who's more than or less than is just has been obliterated. So
What just happened? What just happened in Houston? a couple months ago.
More women
Hold
than
on.
men that's getting.
What just happened in Houston a couple months
But
ago?
men are typically the
But
carriers of those
whenever-
STDs.
Wait,
But
who
I
is
want-
that?
I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question.
Collectively.
I just sat here and explained it to you. The stats that Robert is talking about, absolutely. We only have those stats because you have to test the patients. You cannot get data unless you have test results. So those data is only collected by people who are actually getting tested. So that's not a safe
That's besides
assumption.
the point. You think people are coming to Houston, Atlanta, and Florida just to go in a club? No, they're coming to screw and go back home.
It's
I'm
all
not
across.
saying it's not a problem. Nobody is saying that it's not a problem. Jess was saying that you don't have no stats to reflect that this is more than or less than. It's okay for you to say.
So,
we have
Dylan, do you think there
women.
are more wholesome girls than hoish girls out there?
That's not
nowadays?
this. That's not what we were asking.
I'm asking
though.
a question. No,
No,
I'm
I'm
asking a
gonna answer
question.
Q. I'm gonna answer Q. You know why you won't get an answer, but you can get a response.
Okay, so
because
next
the
person,
men-
Jess. You think
No,
there
it
are
ain't
more
no next person. She don't know either. Just like you don't know Q. So I don't know why you hop in to see who gonna have an answer for you because nobody do. You don't even have
Jess was saying we all have friends that are healing. Our friends that are healing are not telling us about those vulnerable moments that they have by themselves whenever they hit up their sneaky link that none of us know about and actually are getting
See,
vulnerable.
that's one of the things I've noticed about y'all on this panel. Y'all take stuff and create
those
scenarios that nobody even
women
talked
that
about.
are saying that they're healing are
You
friends
creating
that
a hypothetical that never even happened.
I can literally just never say nothing and just gotta just come and just
First of all, you started with me today. If you want to keep it a bean, you started with me.
Just let me say what I'm trying
and
to
clearly
say.
this your second person you got into it today, so it looked like you the problem.
Into it because you don't
you the problem.
Just shut up.
You the problem.
Just shut up.
You the problem.
Anyway, like
Make
I
me
said,
shut up.
when she's asking all of us if we all have
Okay.
healing friends that are healing, those healing friends are getting cracked by their little sneaky links that don't none of us know about because they want to make sure that they still look like they're healing and not gonna
You
have
love
to get a whole
creating
mouthful
scenarios in your head
from their friends because they don't want to hear that, oh, you're not supposed to be doing that, girl. You ain't supposed to call him. You said you wasn't supposed to call him. You wasn't gonna deal with him no more, girl. They healing. You can heal and still fall at the same time. That's a part of healing. But let's stop acting like our friends be saints. They not. Cut it out.
That is true. These women are not saints. That's why it's okay to say women are hoes, but it's not safe to say, well, I know that there are more hoes than good, wholesome women. I don't understand how you can feel comfortable saying this is more than or less than. You need to be able to back your shit up. We can't say there are more hoes than not. And quite frankly, the hoes are these wives. Because what I notice is that a lot of y'all be cheating. A lot of people be cheating.
Y'all just talking right now.
No, Dalen's talking.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Y'all literally just winging
I want y'all to ask yourselves how many married people were the people in Houston who were testing positive. You want to know the stats on that? Bet you don't. Now you ain't got nothing.
All you. What are you? What? What are you?
Here's the reason why the
talking
narrative is
about?
like that. The narrative is like that because, again, I got to bring it up again. The amount of women. Now, that doesn't mean that you're a hoe because you supported this person I'm going to bring up, but the amount of women that were so for the Megan Thee Stallion situation is going to make people think that all these women are living this way because they were supporting this stuff with Meg. Meg, everybody was mad about this whole Klay Thompson thing, but the women were just forgetting about Meg's past. That means
so because she slept around, that makes it okay that he cheated on her?
No,
like y'all comparing apples to oranges like that. Her past has nothing to do with Klay Thompson cheating.
The lying.
Is he married to her, Jess?
Okay, keep that same energy when your woman cheat on you. Is she married to you?
I'm asking the question. Are they married?
It don't matter. It don't matter. If you made a commitment to say we're going to be committed to each other and you go step outside of that, it's an issue and it's a problem.
They was dating for 6
You
months.
don't know what that man said to that woman.
Oh my gosh. Let me mute myself. Here she
We're
comes
talking
in.
about Klay Thompson.
Clay said,
We're talking about a 6 month,
man, y'all don't know what the hell
situationship, and you talking about like it's a marriage. Again,
they were in a relationship. It wasn't just 6 months. They were in a committed relationship for at least a year. He had her around his parents. They were building a life, bought property, bought a house. Come on now, stop it.
They bought a house together?
Now
They bought a house together. This look, these are
They
rich
bought a
people
house
things.
together?
You can't
They
compare what rich
showed
people
a
do.
video of them holding keys. It wasn't confirmed that they had both their names on a deed of a new mortgage on a new home. We don't know if that was a photo op.
The man is
Can I
worth
ask, what about her past qualifies
And
her
Carmaya want to
for
hear me
healthy
just say is that
relationships?
Megan Thee Stallion is a
There's
hoe.
a false
Okay,
equivalence
well,
here.
I
The
didn't say
man
that's
is
what I
worth.
wanted to hear.
Clay
I
was a hoe too,
though.
They was perfect for
what
each other.
said.
What about her
The
past
point I'm getting
qualifies
at
her
was
for
the
that
amount
kind
of
of
women that was
relationship?
supporting Meg, even though it goes about Clay, we talking about her.
Because
Meg's
y'all worried
history.
about the wrong thing at that
Huh?
moment.
No, it's not.
Megan Thee Stallion being a hoe has nothing to do with Klay Thompson cheating on her and they agreed to be in a committed relationship. Like, what are y'all talking about?
It has a lot to do
It's
with
the
Klay
point
Thompson.
that y'all cared.
So
It's the
because she
point.
had a past, that's okay for him to cheat on her?
It's the point that y'all cared. If it had
Then
been
Robert,
Michelle Obama,
so because she
hold
has a
on.
past,
If
Klay
it
can
had
cheat on
been,
her?
if it had been Michelle Obama, we understand where y'all coming from.
See, that's
Y'all
see,
talking
this the
about
kind of
Meg
stuff that get me
Stallion.
tight and out of character. So I'ma just,
If it
oh
was
my gosh, the way
Denzel,
that some of y'all think is
if it was
crazy, crazy
Denzel
work.
wife, if it was
It's
Denzel wife,
crazy
we
that you
understand
think
what you're
that
talking
you
about.
just the absolute correct person.
Carmaya, can you
in the
shut
world.
up? God damn.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep talking because I'm on this panel.
Look,
Q got me up here.
if
Period.
it was
When you told me to shut up, it was cool though.
if it was
Egregious.
Denzel wife,
And it
if
don't
it was Denzel wife who got cheated on, then we'll be behind y'all. We're like, you know what, man? And be honest with you, us black men do call out when niggas do stupid shit. Like when even back when Halle Berry used to get in trouble, we blame the dudes all the time until we really seen what was really going on. We like, who would cheat on Halle Berry? The point I'm getting at is y'all, not y'all directly, but too many women was getting behind the Meg situation like she's a character that y'all need to get behind. If it had been like Michelle Obama, you know what I'm saying, and she got cheated on, we can understand that. Y'all getting behind Meg.
Respectable female.
But the
We're
whole
not getting behind Meg. We're saying that her having a past has nothing to do with him cheating on her.
It does.
That's not getting behind Meg.
It's the point of y'all caring.
People are conflating the whole Tory Lane situation about her being a liar and potentially putting an innocent man in jail. And in that case, it don't matter if she got cheated on or if she got shot again. People would say she probably deserved it.
But no woman was listening to what's the ex that she cheated on with what's the dude that she wrote the songs for? What's his name?
Party Fontaine.
Nobody cared about his feelings. Well, he been saying she was a cheater.
Well, actually, no, Meg got trashed all through the internet. The point that I'm making that Jess was trying to argue with you is that when y'all was talking about the whole Clay and Megan situation, y'all were using her character on the witness stand. Y'all were using her, popping her coochie with this rapper, with this athlete. It's like, is she this person because she's a potential liar that needs to go to prison, or is she just a slut that deserves to have her heart broken? Y'all didn't even know.
All of the above.
The point is y'all cared.
Yes.
All of the above.
Y'all cared.
All of the above.
She's not somebody you need to be caring about or getting done wrong. She's not the character we want y'all to get behind.
That's true. A lot of people would agree, only based on the fact of the Tory Lane case, that people that believe that she is guilty of that, they absolutely would say Megan deserved what Clay did to her, because that doesn't equate to taking a man's life away for 10 to 15 years or however long he's locked up. But that was one person's premise. Another person's premise didn't have nothing to do with her being a liar in the courtroom. It had everything to do with she Party. She had sex with this other guy named Tory. She slept with this person. So she deserves to be cheated on because she's a hoe. So it's like
2, 3, or 4 things be true at the same time?
Say it again, James.
Can 2, 3, 4, 5 things at the same time be true?
Well, we're not talking about whether or not something is true or not. We're trying to justify if something happened based on what reason. Did she deserve to be treated on because she's a hoe, or did she deserve to be treated on because she is a bad person that got an innocent man locked up potentially?
The problem is that hoes expect too much.
Right.
That's the problem.
Let me ask this, Darling, Jess. If y'all had boys, if y'all had sons, would y'all want y'all sons to date Meg? That type of character?
Absolutely not.
So why can't that apply to what we talking about when I said about the feelings?
Because I think that y'all were getting confused to sit here and say that someone deserves for somebody to commit and make an agreement with them, has the right to breach contract verbally or otherwise.
You're not married. Why y'all keep
contract?
Y'all putting marriage and boyfriend and girlfriend in the same world. It's not
about marriage. I'm not talking about marriage. I'm talking about people who are presumed to be exclusive. If it comes out that he was cheating or he decided he didn't want to be monogamous.
It was
That's
she said.
she came out with it, but we ended up having conversations about it, which I think she shouldn't have brought it to the internet. That was stupid. The point of the matter is people were cheering that she got cheated on and her heart broken because they feel like she deserves it because of what
nobody was cheering. I think
Nobody was
everybody
sharing.
just
We was
saw
like,
it
why you
coming
telling
from
us?
5 miles
y'all
ahead.
were doing it. It's the internet. Y'all was just talking about stuff y'all see on the internet. I'm telling you what I seen. A lot of women were defending Meg because they see themselves in Meg, and a lot of people were saying, "Well, I'm not gonna celebrate or justify or say that this chick deserved to have her heart broken or to be lied to just
It
because
doesn't
she's
matter.
They were saying that this is what they saw a mile away. People had been
way
saying
before
that
this
ever
happened.
since
That
they
can
got
be true too.
together. Ever since they got together, that is what everybody was saying. This ain't gonna work out. They gonna end up
If I recall correctly, I think Clay got most of the heat from men when he was getting with her.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
Big dummy.
So like,
100%.
And he ignored them. So what does that say about
those two were perfect for
he
each other?
didn't
They
ignore
both
them because
was
he was
hoes.
he was?
Well, a man hoe is different than a woman hoe, though.
Yeah, but
You
hoes
know-
should stick together, right? Isn't that what we said earlier?
Nah, hoe is a hoe through and through.
Wait, but she also lied though. She's a known liar. So
Liars and hoes should stick together.
They do.
Yeah.
Leave the good ones for the rest of us.
The whole point about buying a house and all that other stuff, y'all understand something, man. Those rich people games, man. That's like a drop in the
Did they
basket.
really buy a house together?
I don't think they bought a house, but I think
Nah,
that I know about the cooking thing. She might have just pre-ordered that food. But the point I'm getting at is these are rich people game. Y'all are trying to eloquate something that on the lower level people don't do. He's worth $100 million, so he can throw off $1 million on something as a gift to her. That is nothing. The point of it is why did women get behind this woman with that type of character, regardless of what he did or he didn't tell the truth about? It's Meg Thee Stallion. Y'all should not be championing this person.
No, the reason why they got behind her is because that's their best friend.
That's who they see themselves in too. They wish they could be if they had the bread.
That's a safe assumption for women who automatically decide to choose sides, especially when somebody comes to the internet about relationship issues. That's just, to me, that's like celebrity worship. These are people you don't know. It don't matter what they come to the internet and say. Look at the whole Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation. People were torn because these people are respectable. So I think it was tacky for these women, when Megan is a known liar, that they should just mind your business and not, come up with all these excuses that she doesn't deserve what she asked for because she knew just what type of man Clay was when she got with him.
I'm biased. I don't like Megan. So I'm like, and I don't like cheating. So it's like, you know what? Maybe that's her karma.
Sorry.
Karma
Do you think Meg is more influential? Do you think Meg is more influential?
I can't be like, okay, that was wrong. I just don't like her. So it's like I'm gonna be on the opposite side, even though I don't like cheating men. It's like it is what it is.
Do you think Meg and the Cardis are more influential on women than Klay Thompson is influential on men?
Yes.
Correct.
Megan, Sexy Red, and who's the other one? Cardi.
So
the one that used to drug men in the strip club.
So what's really the problem here?
Rap music.
Idolizing. That's the problem.
That's true, but like
idolizing.
The problem is
because people didn't know Clay had a bunch of
people didn't know that as men. We didn't know that about Clay. We just thought Clay was kind of corny a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
That's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, but he has
women. They have influence on women overall. It's just young girls that are in high school, young girls that are going to college. I think they have too much of an influence on them because they're trying to.
There are women that are our age, in their 30s, women that are in their 40s that idolize Megan, Cardi B, Sexy Red, Glorilla.
Like, not gonna act like y'all don't like the women.
I remember when Ice Spice came out, and it's sad to say, but like when I lived back in the hood, I was coming home from work one night and I seen these, like, they could have been 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 years old little girls, and they twerking in front of a phone, and it's disgusting.
They know all the words.
They know the words. They know the lingo. When I was a kid, I didn't.
But that's
the only time I seen women get to hold Meg accountable. I'll be real with you. It was when Kamala had her doing the twerk thing. And that's the only time I seen them. Like, okay, now they tripping. That's the only time.
That's not if they was Democrat. They loved it.
Nah, I kind of seen. I seen some women who I thought wasn't gonna be for, really against. They're like, man, hold on, now y'all embarrassing us now. That's the only time I can see that. I can say that.
But
What made them think that was the right thing to do?
Megan to a standard to that. That's what Megan does. We should have held Kamala. Megan is a twerker, so I couldn't expect her to do anything less than that. So it really should have been Kamala getting more of the rift. People should have held her accountable when it came to the Tory stuff and her lying. But all the women were all quiet when stuff came out regarding the court case.
No, I don't agree with that. Megan should know better. We already knew what time.
No, she don't know better. She's a twerker. She twerks everywhere she goes.
That's her whole.
Why would I
did it on that
have known better as a businesswoman to decline a performance at something so important like the DNC? Why in her head or nobody on her team told her this is not the time for a performance? People's lives are on the line, and you want to come shake your wop on stage? No.
When have you ever seen Megan Thee Stallion dressed up in a suit in business attire talking about, oh, I own properties, oh, real estate? No, that's not her motto.
Only in court when she talks against my mom.
And coochie cutters, like that's her.
Yeah, that's her brand, and I think that's for adults only. To what James was saying is like little girls doing it, I guess, because of people like those rappers that you just listed. I think that's a parental thing. Kids can only see what you allow them to see. And I will say this. Y'all remember
you say that 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Hold on. I remember BET After Dark, BET Uncut. It was the parental controls that locked that specific channel because my mom and my daddy, especially my daddy, did not play that. They knew what was out there that could be exposed to kids.
There were like 5 channels at that time that had that kind of
It's
content.
women out here that are allowing their daughters to look at the same content that we as grown women are looking at, and that's their influence. Lack of parenting and leadership in the household, not whores or rappers or whatever you want to call it.
I mean, Jalen, you're right, but question is, why are y'all looking at the content? The child is going to look at their parents and be like, oh, my mom is listening to WAP and Cardi B, and then they're gonna copy it. So it's really, I can't even blame. It's these people. Y'all are the ones that listen to Cardi B, listen to the Red Chick, Glorilla, all that rap stuff. Y'all do that. So y'all promote this, and that's why these women move the way that they do. And that's why young girls are moving the way that they do. So
you do have a point, but I'm not gonna take blame off of the women. But these record labels, that's what they want to push to the Black community because that's what.
Wait a minute, not the record label, Dalen, because look at Lauryn Hill. When has Lauryn Hill ever been naked? And she's talented.
Q, that's why you didn't let me finish.
You're not talented. You need to move around.
You got booed at first. But then she wasn't always looked as talented. She got booed at the Apollo. You know what I mean? So the point we're getting at is, it's more like I had this argument a couple years ago about when it comes to female rappers and male rappers. I said, man, at the end of the day, there's more male positive rap than there is female positive rappers. If you want to go that route.
I won't say that. There's a lot of underground positive female rappers.
We're talking about mainstream, that everybody can hear. Underground, we can say there's all type of people.
But see, they don't want to hear that.
On them, that you can't put that on them. The mainstream has everything to do with it. Because I'm telling you,
I don't want to hear it, so I don't listen to it.
Everything to do with record labels. There are a lot of underground artists who don't allow you and me and whoever else to hear their music because they don't have no money. It costs money to market your shit. That's why we hear people like Cardi B and not Linnell Grant. That's why we hear Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay, then what's J. Cole's excuse then? What's J. Cole's excuse then?
It's my who excuse?
What's J. Cole's excuse then?
What do you mean J. Cole's excuse?
He's a positive rapper.
But he is a male and he is talented.
Oh.
So women aren't talented?
No, I'm not saying that. I don't know how J. Cole got into it, but I do know for a fact that all these women in the rap hip-hop game that really can't rap, that can't do nothing, are there to purposely be an influence negatively to impact the Black culture, and they're doing a good job.
You just gave you an example. Why we don't have another Lauryn Hill then?
Yeah. We have a choice.
You just gave you a good example. Why we don't have another Lauryn Hill?
Why don't we? Well, we do have artists that can sing and rap, but they are not mainstream. You can't.
How did Lauryn Hill get mainstream? How did Lauryn Hill get mainstream?
You have to. Well, first of all, Lauryn Hill has been in the game over 30 years. You have to ask yourself what it was like to come up with no social media, with no help, with no nothing. So we don't know. It could have been.
The point I'm getting at is Lauryn Hill came up in a time where we still had whole rap females too. You had
Lil' Kim,
TLC.
You had Salt and Pepper. You had all that.
But Lauryn Hill has a broad audience. There are white people.
Just like Tomboy.
There are people all over the country that listen to Lauryn Hill. It's the reason why she had the #1 female rap album ever, or sold the most records ever. It's because she's reached ears and people beyond just the Black culture. So
we can't do that.
Ironically, I think more men listen to Lauryn
and
Hill than women.
Yeah, and that's without the internet that we have now. They didn't have what we have now. So it was a lot harder for her to grind and get to where she is now.
Her concert be packed still.
Correct, and still be.
I went to her concert last year.
So it should be easier now. So it should be easier to find one now. So we got all these resources, like Kamaya said.
Yeah,
so want to do it.
We're not listening. It's the record labels that help people get to the mainstream area.
It's still about what we are listening to. We the people are who the record labels are pushing it to.
Yeah, because we're consuming it. We're consuming it. I know that.
If we reject it, then it's like, okay, no, we got to try something different.
Exactly.
But nobody is rejecting it. Everybody is allowing it to just come and be like, yeah, we're going to play this. We're going to keep playing it over and over and over, because now it's about streams. So it's like,
it's bigger than that, actually. That's what we get. That's what we get, Carmaya. The Black community, you can only sell the Black culture in the community what it wants to buy. It's a high
white people listen to rap most.
Who's the #1 consumer? Who's the #1 consumer of music?
It's white people.
So we're having another type of conversation. We're having another type of conversation. If
but the white people, but look at the white people. They listen to the most, but they don't replicate it in their household. They don't got their little white girls twerking everywhere. Why is it?
Had that rodeo in Houston, and all those females was out there looking exactly like freaking Meg the Stallion,
exactly,
and red and acting
like
the
culture lacks value. We have no standard. We don't want nothing in life. We don't have no goals.
Is that, Dalen?
Choose to not have a standard.
Blaming the record labels is taking away accountability.
Blame of the record label. I'm telling you how they have a helping hand in
You're the protector of your own image.
Let's open our ears. The reason why people are so successful and why they're mainstream, you have to purchase radio play. You have to have the money to book these venues and these clubs to make this money. You can only get that type of push if you got the money. The record labels has the money. That's why they cut big fat checks of $1 million, $2 million, because they need to be able to put you out there to force you to listen. We only know Sexy Red songs because everywhere we go, we hear bow, bow, bow. I wouldn't turn that shit on my car, but it's pushed on us. And Carmaya brought up a big point. We have to ask ourselves, why as Black people are we more attracted to songs about throwing our ass like our friend do instead of
who's the #1 consumer of music?
People are consumers of music.
No.
What race he's talking about?
What? No, not just race. What gender?
What women? Females.
Females. All music, not even rap. Hip hop is women.
Well, women are the biggest consumers. Period. So that's just by default.
Everything.
We're the biggest consumers on earth. Next, what you saying?
Then that's
still his point.
Got it wrapped up.
The point.
Yeah, done.
The biggest question is who are the biggest consumers of hip hop and rap, and it is the Black community, which is why they put ratchet hoes in our face to teach our daughters to be like that. But it's up to us to make sure our daughters don't see that. It's same thing with these gang banging rappers. I'm gonna shoot this up and shoot this up. It's a bigger picture than just saying or blaming the artist.
It is. Now you been to. I went to a Future concert one time. How many? It was majority of women in that concert than men.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
You know he giving out free babies and child support. They hungry.
The point I'm getting at is who's getting him rich?
These women.
Record label. Yes. What is it? Atlantic Records? Yeah.
Are we cooked, chat?
Because if all of us women would come together and be like, you know what, we're not listening to these type of women. We're not promoting them. We unfollowing them. Those type of women will change. They would have to change to fit the audience.
Right? Women are so fucking stupid. Did y'all see?
No, they would have to. If we stop paying attention to the Megans and Reds and be more, okay, let's listen to Olivia Dean, right? those women are going to start changing. Okay, look at Olivia Dean. Look what she's doing. Look what she's talking about. Look how she's dressing. Now, for me to get attention from these people, us, they're going to have to portray that. To get money, to get attention, they're going to, but women are going to pay attention to the BS. And that's why this culture will continue to be trash.
Or at least just shift to R&B, or at least just shift to R&B. Listen to Coco Jones.
No, we should not be looking at music artists. We need to be looking at these politicians. Forget these black women in entertainment. They are just mere puppets.
We look at the white men?
No, I'm talking about we need to be looking at the black women and in our culture who are in these positions of power and leadership in our political office who are stealing FEMA money.
No, Dalen, it starts with us. It starts with the majority. If we can't change,
goes back to why red pill is important.
Change the politicians.
No, that's what I'm saying to you. I'm speaking to a whole bigger picture. It's going above y'all heads. The main thing that we need to be having our focus on is the things that matter most. Music is not it. If we do stop centering ourselves around music and making these artists our role models and our children's role models, we will start paying attention to the black women we need to be paying attention to that are running our cities into the ground. We need to be worried about these politicians, these corrupt judges, so we can teach our daughters what morals are, what standards are, and what women.
This is why the red pill is so important. This is exactly why. The truth. Like, we got to get back to it at some point, but I don't think we will.
I don't even know why we're having this conversation. They're eating our babies. We got white men in office sacrificing and trafficking our children, and we over here talking about hoes popping their ass for millions of dollars. And to be honest with you,
it always starts with the family. It always starts with the family unit.
It starts with the family at all times. That's the whole reason why all this stuff is as crazy as it is, because they remove the family unit, period.
They remove the father, they remove the family.
As soon as they remove the protection we were talking about at the beginning of this whole entire thing, the protection has been removed. Then that's where all the kids come up missing.
And y'all took it hook, line, and sinker in the 60s, man.
East Coast that's been missing.
Where's who's in charge of the protection, Carmine?
What you mean? Who's in charge of it?
You said we're losing protection.
No, I said they removed the protection, which is the fathers, the man in the house. The men are no longer ahead of the household no more. The men are being decentered by the women. So that's why there's no protection.
Who was the they that removed that protection?
The feminist movement.
No. I mean those who have the actual power to
the government, but no, the government does not have power over your coochie and who you decide to be your man.
How the court system is basically in cahoots with trying to make sure men are removed out of the household and giving favor to women who, have the desire.
And that started with the feminist movement.
So it all began there, is what you're saying.
Yeah, look it up. You can look it up yourself.
I'm not denying it.
It's written in books. Like there was plans.
We gotta wrap it up, y'all.
It's the second feminist movement. It's the second one.
I think it's a contributor, but
that was the original.
No,
the original one was in the 20s. I'm talking about the one in the 70s.
Yeah, our people, our family units was thriving before the feminist movement began. Once the feminist movement began, and they were going to door to the black women and saying, hey, we need you to come and help. And then that's whenever they wanted to start getting all of them on welfare and made it seem like, oh, yeah, this is what you need. You don't need a man. You need these resources from us.
To make more money than men.
It was nothing else besides our husband was the one we looked to for the resources and the help and the protection.
Yeah,
women were sexual revolution just said.
And I think the bigger question is asking, why are black women so easily swayed to do the work?
Because they're dumb.
The sexual revolution inspired y'all to degrade yourself.
They're gotten dumber.
Black women as a collective, I'm sorry, cannot be trusted. I hate to say it, but I believe a lot of black women are the reason why our culture,
money became the focal point. Money became the focal point.
Morals don't matter anymore.
And it's because of the emotional pull that women have whenever it comes to certain things being talked about. We're so ready to trauma bond with somebody as soon as they say, oh, I've been getting beat on by my husband. I need your help. Can you please support this movement? And then boom, Now, the one that's not getting beat by their husband is getting pulled into some other trash that ends up tearing down generations, decades and decades after.
You ain't lying. Too
Wait,
many
we gotta
women
go
are
super chat, y'all.
crook.
It's past my bedtime. Then with y'all. At Saquon_42 says, Q, you're a smart woman. R Hardy 23 says, y'all seen that trapping athlete text message? Miss K says, bottom feeders get screwed but not kept, Jess. Women who attract the wrong men, decenter men, good men on display. I love my man, my man, my man. Telgi says, Tory Lanez featuring R. Kelly, free me. Nate_Higger 808 says, Tory sent Clay for payback. Kais MD said, I'll pay $20 to see Jess and Kamaya get down. Telgi says, Jess needs to enroll
Ain't
in
even
the
worth a 20
University of
piece.
Kamaya. Kais MD says, Dylan swears like a sailor, reminds me of Tia Kemp. Down South N5H says, most of the Hispanic women I've been with have been married when I lived in LA. Dalen's right. S. St. Johnson says, if it was Michelle Obama, we would say Barack shouldn't have treated that guy like that. Truthful Deed says, I never thought I would say this, but where is shampoo at? These girls D and J are too much. Why do they go off camera when the super chats are read? Shampoo is sick, you guys, but we appreciate you guys. Spurs in 6. They were cheated tonight by the refs, but it's okay. They're at home next game. But we appreciate you guys that came on the panel tonight. Ladies, if you're in the chat, if you are interested in joining the show, don't be scared. DM me on IG, say panel. Fellas, you too, if you haven't been on. But thank you guys. Anybody?
You got a registry?
She done had that baby already. What you talking about?
Had that baby.
Oh, I thought you was getting ready to pop. I was gonna see you.
She been popped on.
She
She
popped
came
about
on panel.
3-4 weeks ago.
Wait, what did you have? Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a girl.
How many pounds?
Girl, she 10 pounds now.
Girl, did you push or did you have a C-section?
Oh no, I did a water birth. I pushed out.
Oh, did you tear?
Hell no, I ain't tear, girl.
This
is a DM conversation.
Hey, this is cute and all. Y'all can message each other, but it's past my bedtime. I want to go watch replays of the first.
Thank you, Molly. Love you.
Have a good night, y'all. Be safe
Bye.
in the streets. Wrap it up.
What's that?